We live.
Yo, 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 it's the Xbox Goes Kaleidoscope. Back up in this motherfucker on the DirectX show, minus the fraud. And a lot of shit has been popping off lately. I mean, some major drama. But before we get into any of that, let me introduce some of the members of my esteemed panel. Starting off with Mr. Intro Media himself. Actually, he got demoted, but still, Mr. Intro Media himself. 100, introduce yourself to everybody.
Y'all know y'all boys, your boy 100, Mr. Keep It a Buck. Don't give two fucks. Y'all ready to get in the thing? Direct X show, Triple X show, and gaming. And let's go.
Hell yeah, man. Everything here is raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? For the gaming senses. And also on the panel, making his return appearance for like the third week in a row. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's just a regular member, all right? You know what I'm saying? It's the Flip Money himself. Yo, Flip, introduce yourself to everybody.
What's going on? Just Flip Money Online. Holla at me.
That's what's up. And then also, one of the co-creators of the Heroic Vibrations podcast, one of the mans that was touting Cuphead years before that shit even came out. He knew this shit was going to be a hit. He knew it. All right? Mr. Triple Cup Chuck, introduce yourself to everybody.
Man, what's good? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. I've been on that Metal Gear Solid, and then also I've been looking at these Metacritics, and they gave this game a 10 out of 10. So far, it looked like a good movie. Half the time I wouldn't feel like I wasn't playing or even needed to be playing. So, but it's a 10 out of 10. I digress.
Yo, I actually downloaded it myself. I haven't played it yet, but I'm starting to get scared because, like, you know, one of the reasons I never pulled the trigger on it, because every time I watch gameplay, I get sleepy.
Right,
so,
right.
But either way, though,
hey, is it me or you felt like you got burnt on Ground Zero? So I refused to purchase the Metal Gear 5. So when it came free, I said I'm gonna get it just because I felt like I paid for it already.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I downloaded it. True that. Also, the man, the miracle, the one that exposes everything when it comes to somebody's background and pedigree. Basically, he exposes them to their, like, freaking, I guess, their baby birthday suits. All right? Everything. Mr. J Long 908, you'll introduce yourself to everybody.
What's going on, guys? J Long here. You know, gonna be another good show. Giving you guys another perspective, like usual. Yeah, let's kick it.
Hey, Chuck, how the hell you get your damn shit go up and down like that? Did Jay Will
man,
get your shit?
I'm up, man. You see that?
Did Jay Will do that for you?
Yeah.
I need to have the cup going up and down. I got to talk to my man Jay Williams. I need the cup go up and down. Now I'm jealous. I'm just seeing this shit. I'm jealous.
I thought that was just how it was, you know.
I know.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like
I'm over here watching it like, what the fuck?
I'm sitting here like, I ain't saw no shit like that. I want the cup. I want my cup to go up. No, what that? Let's go. Jay Williams. Hey, we got to talk, man. Money ain't no problem. Let's go.
That's what's up, man. Now, I saw he bought the most powerful gamer popped in for a second, but then popped right back out. So might be some technical diffimes.
He was overloading the circuits.
Probably. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be just the ponies trying to quiet the man's voice, man. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to shut it down. But either way, though, let's get into some of the subjects this week. There's been a lot of shit popping off, people. All right. We had the brand new Xbox Insider this week, Volume 3. All right, and people had certain takeaways from that. I'm gonna go to you, Flip. What were your thoughts on Xbox Insider Volume 3?
You know what? I'm gonna just say this. The thing that hit me the most about it, and I know I've talked about it, is the controller. That controller for the handicap. That right there did it for me. Just that alone. I'm happy to see that they're actually trying to let disabled people have the same pleasure and enjoyment that we have when we play video games. That alone right there is all I can say, man. I'm happy for it. I hope they see more of this. You know, good things is going to come out of this, man.
All right. Well said. As a matter of fact, I'll go to you, Jay Long. But let's talk more about that controller, right? And the whole what is it, the whole uproar and shitstorm that it caused in the chat section. Your thoughts?
Man, I think the controller is a great thing. Master Chief, we were talking about earlier. With we also have Sir Merkham in the party who could use this controller. He's fine with the regular, but you know, people who have his disease in a worse way could definitely use this controller. And I don't know if you ever been to a shopping mall. In the food court, sometimes I always see like they bring groups of these people with the wheelchairs, man, and you know, you can't just help you can't help but just to feel sorry for them. And you know, they really can't do things. They can't do simple things like walk or, you know, play basketball or drive. And you know, video games are a way to do that. And some of them do not have the capabilities of using a normal controller. So this is a perfect way to let the disabled people who can't join the military, who can't drive, who can't play sports, to do it, you know, online or in a game. And it's an affordable price, $99 compared to other custom things that you have to get, you know, tailor made for you. And you know, the backlash, I just think is disgusting. You know, these are humans who need help, humans who need all the love and admiration they could get, and people, you know, just clowning them for fanboy fodder. Like, you know, it's bigger than that. This is real life shit. This isn't even fanboy shit. Microsoft isn't gonna be like, haha, Sony, we got this. They're like, no, they're doing this for the disabled gamers. They're not doing this to one up Sony, like these people think they are. You know, and I think it's just gross.
That's well said, actually, because Microsoft said that they're willing and able, as a matter of fact, quoted by Phil Spencer, to share their technology with whomever, just to make gaming more accessible for disabled people. All right. And some disabled people, they have more mobility, but some people have limited mobility. That's why it's an adaptive controller. All right. And you can set it up and plug in whatever types of things that you need in order to enable you to game. And it gives the opportunity for people less enabled, people less fortunate, to finally actually game themselves and not be actually watching a family member play these games. All right, because I know the games are awesome. We enjoy playing them. In fact, we take that for granted because we love playing games. But we don't think about the people that can't actually do the same thing that we do. All right, you know, that's watching their family members play a certain game and like, wow, you know, I would love to play that shit. You know what I'm saying? But they can't. All right, so let's go with you, 100. What are your thoughts on this, man?
Man, I'll put it this way. I thought it was, you know what I'm saying, it was admirable. It was inspiring. Made me want to be a better person. What they was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was looking at. Sometimes we got to put the fanboy shit to the side and look what they were doing. But as me, like I said, I worked with special ed kids for 4 years. You know, I was a one-on-one. I ended up running a class. You know what I'm saying? I saw kids I taught grew up. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. For when you to go into a comment section, you could have went into any other. Microsoft got up teaming videos. This is the only one that you go try to shut down. You foul. You're not a human being no more. You need to get taken off the fucking face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in my video, when I saw that young lady and she was playing, I think it was Gears of War, but her favorite game was Overwatch, and she was using the controller.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That was like, whoa. Like me and Megan was talking about it the other night. I was pissed. If they couldn't hit, man, the words of mine was, fuck them. They need to go get drunk out in the street, run over by a fucking car, put some gasoline, and send them straight to hell for whoever thumbed down and doing that type of shit. Think about it. These people is not able to defend themselves like we can defend ourselves. And it wasn't about that. I heard people call it a gimmick. I'm like, it's a gimmick.
How is it a gimmick when you're giving more accessibility to gamers all over?
So they call it a gimmick. Then they also say, you know what I'm saying? Because what I got told was to really get these things, you got to get it from a non-profit organization. It's like a
and you got to be on a waiting list, bro.
Yeah, everybody doesn't make that because it doesn't make them any money. Like it's not like you go make a Mad Catz controller for Xbox or PC, or you know what I'm saying, or something like that. you're going to make money. You got a third party, you can sell it for cheaper than whatever. You know what I'm saying, with the first party sale. That don't work that way. So I'm like, these people don't bother you. So why would you go in this comment section and destroy it because of your console war? You pitiful. You worse than when I wake up in the morning and I got crust on my motherfucking beard because I was sleeping and I had a good drink. Kill yourself. I mean, my thing is, I don't. It's to me. It bothered me personally. It bothered me. That's why I went off yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And a lot. You know what? Like I say, all y'all major YouTubers out there, y'all need to talk about this shit. Y'all need to put this shit in perspective. This is a black eye in gaming to me. Because they already think it was nothing but shooting them up, bang, bang. We going to school shooting up motherfuckers because you play first-person shooters. No. Microsoft is doing something positive. Look at everything Microsoft do positive. They don't get nothing out of this. They really don't get nothing.
No. They're probably not going to be making much of anything off of these controllers at all.
But they doing it because what? They saw, like I said, we got our bro Merkham, right? You know what I'm saying? What they do? You know what I'm saying? Microsoft don't jump out and say, hey, we brung this person to E3, or we doing this and we doing that and all that. You know what? They keep it a concern themselves because they do it because they give a damn about their consumer. I don't see Sony, and I hope Sony makes a controller. I hope Nintendo makes a controller. There's more
Microsoft
accessible.
said they're willing to share the technology. Yeah. Don't matter.
But what that lady say at the end of that video, she said this was out of all my things, this was one of my best efforts I ever made being an engineer.
Yeah. Yep.
And people don't catch that. This is boring. Take your console. Sometimes, like I said, I'm a die-hard Raider fan. It's a guy that got hurt last year from the Steelers. He got hit with a hard hit. He couldn't walk. When I saw him walk in the NFL draft, that was inspiring. Cut the bullshit out sometime. You got motherfuckers talking about cut the bullshit off. Fuck the Metacritic. Fuck the Metacritics. Fuck all that other shit. This needs to be spoken on. And I'm glad we spoken on it first.
Yeah, it's something positive.
You know what I'm saying?
Something positive, shining a light.
Yeah. He didn't die of cancer, but he had it. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, I've been messing with, I see disabled, my cousin that y'all hear in the party sometime, he come in, man, he told me who's going to win, what you call it, but he's like Rain Man, but he's special needs. You know what I'm saying? But say he wants to play a game. He plays games different than we'll play a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
they don't see that. And yeah, and then what if that was your child that needs to have that? They don't think about that. See, everything ain't a joke.
No. What if that person actually, those people actually that were actually, you know, doing those derogatory statements and whatnot? What if, you know, Lord forbid, right? They get into an accident tomorrow.
Yeah. And you get knocked
and they're disabled. And they're disabled. And their movement is limited. You know what I'm saying? And they're a hardcore gamer. They love gaming. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't they be thankful that now there's a controller on the market that's easily accessible?
And it's adapted to everything they already have. That they already have. They already had
exactly.
Something. It's accessible. It has so many ports. And then also, what that young lady said, she said, hey, this get me out of life. Like when we play games, what? We get the games to immerse us, to get us out of what? Our real life, really, on some real shit.
Exactly.
Get us out of the real, you know what I'm saying? To get us out
of reality.
Yeah, reality. Real Player One. That's our Real Player One.
Because I guess last night, though, Triple Cup brought me back to reality, though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Kaleidoscope. You don't know what you're doing. Look, here it goes. Bow! Oh, shit, man. It's like Fight Night Champion. Oh, shit.
Y'all got brought down to reality.
Yeah, we all did. But still, though, let's go with you, Triple Cup, man. What are your thoughts on this, man?
All right, with me, the only thing that I was more thought about was I wish the controller would have been like, had an adapter where it could just adapt to like the Wii, I mean not the Wii, the Switch and the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? If they allowed it and stuff like that, just to make it accessible, they could just buy one and just have it. I mean, even if Microsoft had to take their logo off of it just to make it they don't have to purchase no,
The
separate
thing is
ones
that they would have to get the rights from Nintendo and Sony.
You got the it's so you can't do it. It's patents.
right.
Mhm.
But that's why I
They,
said,
but those patents said that they would
gave
share
you
the
ports.
technology with them, though.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
Sony wants to come out with
it's
that type of
ports.
controller and that technology, Microsoft is ready to give them the technology to do it. Same to
right.
Nintendo.
Yeah, but I don't think I was just thinking about like it'd have been more just just the whole concept of the convenience of it. Well, they wouldn't
Yeah.
have to say, well, I need this one, or is it this one? It could just be one, and they could just say, okay, I know this the part, this what I, stuff like that. So just my thought is it's past the whole thought of like what I'm saying who have what what I'm saying who what I'm saying who got the better strut. It's just to me it's just more about who could help who, and just being able to do something like that is a good thing, especially when it benefits all around the board. That mean even for us it'd be like more gamers to play with. What I'm saying more people to purchase games. What I'm saying it works all around the board. So I know a lot of people they pissed at what some people say, but I mean to be honest with you, no matter what's gonna happen, what goes on, they always gonna have one idiot. They always have an idiot, and what I'm saying it's bad representation. I just think we only need to shine the light on the idiot.
Yeah, true that. And I did a video today, basically talking about that fanboys wig out on the Xbox adaptive controller. And somebody in my comment section, shout outs to Mr. Glass, actually stated, "Oh, that's kind of messed up that the PlayStation fan base would say something like that or do something like that." And I told him, to be honest, I think it was both camps. Right? Because we know this PlayStation has that watch the Xbox Live Insider feed, just as well as there's some Xbox heads, and there's a lot of fucking knuckleheads out there, all right, that are just all about me, and fuck everybody else, right? So let's go with the most powerful gamer in the room, Mr. Hebot. All right, yo, before you get into the topic, Hebot, introduce yourself to everybody, and then let us know your thoughts on the Xbox adaptive controller and the shitstorm that caused.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, vaya, señoras y señores. It's good to be back. I've been kind of sick and under the weather for quite some time. I'm trying to get myself better, but I'm glad to be here today to share with you guys some gaming talk, I guess. Hopefully more positive than negative for us. It seems to be with the topic right now. I didn't really read into it too much, but I guess what you guys are talking about is some people were making fun of it, I guess, because of the controller.
Yeah, they actually shut down the chat because they were saying so many messed up statements on the chat.
Yeah, people's going in on disabled. Like, why they give a fuck about disabled shit? They call it a gimmick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Microsoft disabled the chat, disabled the comment section on this one video. They ain't go at no other video.
They did disable it. They did disable it.
They disabled it. They had to disable it because it was just too negative.
Nice.
And then,
well, look, man.
What I said yesterday, it was like 733 people. Put thumbs down on it. Those 700 motherfuckers, man. Those motherfuckers need to. I ain't gonna say they need to die. Shit, go get your organisms away.
Over 700 people doing it. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, over 700 people gave it a thumbs down.
If I look it up right now, it's probably some more. If I look it up right now.
Wow.
Which is like, how could you hate that? I understand, like, all right, if it was the Elite controller, it was the Elite controller. That's why who needs that. But a controller that actually helps people.
But even then, the Elite, think about it. If you want a custom-made Elite controller like that, it's gonna run you more than $250.
Right.
Microsoft is selling it for $150. Do you know how much money they're probably making off of that? They're probably making peanuts, bro. Peanuts.
Right.
They don't make any. I even talked to Phil a couple of years back. He's like, we ain't making no money off them controllers.
Yeah.
But that's what the
SCUF
community
controllers. Aftermarket SCUF controllers go for $350.
Look at that.
You know what I mean? And they don't even have all the customary options that the Elite has. I don't know if you guys remember when Big Kahuna bought his. It was just cosmetic, and his was like
I remember.
I remember when he reviewed it. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Look, man, to be honest with you guys, it's not surprising. that's why gaming, I say a lot of times, and you guys hear it, I say it's the sad state of gaming right now. There's just too many. Yeah, there's just too many. I don't know if it's younger guys or guys that are just single and don't know really what real life problems are, other than having to pay for their cell phones or whatever the case may be. I don't know if that's the demographic, but it seems to me like it mostly comes from maybe the younger guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some dumb older guys that still act like they're 12, even though they're 40, because we've seen that firsthand, obviously. But it's not surprising to me because I've been personally attacked in many different ways, immaturely, and I've seen a lot of immature shit for dumb stuff. And something like this does not surprise me at all. And it just proves what we've said on and in many other podcasts for years and years already, how dumb and immature and kind of like childish a lot of the communities are. I mean, I don't know if it was mainly PlayStation guys.
I think it was from both
guys too, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Huh? So
I'm sure it was from both
from
camps.
the Xbox camp,
the knuckleheads.
Yeah,
right.
We don't know who did what.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Sony guys, I'm pretty sure it's also coming from just the fact that it's a Microsoft product, just to troll and to hate, which is in and of itself. And I have a disabled daughter. I have a daughter that's autistic. She does. It's hard for her to grasp or understand because there's too many buttons, and sometimes it confuses her or whatever. And this controller, in a way that is designed, is supposed to make it as easy as possible. Being that that's why it has like all those ports in the back, for what I saw. And you saw a lot of people that were disabled. That they said even people that have one hand would be able to play games, which is crazy. And also pretty magical if you really think about it. It's pretty magical and it's pretty awesome. And this is the reason why I believe you guys, and especially myself, why I respect a company like Microsoft, because they just do things to make gaming better for everyone and to move it forward, to evolve it. They're kind of like a new age Sega, like I've said before, but not just for video games, for everything, console, peripheral wise, services wise, whatever the case may be. And they give you a lot of options. And I don't understand why they get so much hate for anything they do, even if it's something so positive like this, because there's no way to hate on something like this. There's just no way. This is nothing but great for all those disabled people. You mean millions and millions of people out there that are disabled, that are in homes, that are probably sick in the hospital, bedridden, that can't go nowhere. To use this as a form of escapism, to have a fun for a few hours. Now they can do it with an accessible controller like this. It speaks for itself, to be honest. But guys that have a head of their shoulder, like most of us obviously do, we see that. We see the magic in this. We see the greatness in this. And it's not because it's nothing to do with Xbox. It has to do with what they're doing in general. So to see people hate on it and be immature and make fun of it, it's really sad. And basically it makes me feel kind of embarrassed because, we get stigmatized very easily all the time just for the fact with gaming in general. It gets attacked. Oh, it makes us more violent. It makes us dumb. It makes us lazy, whatever. So to see people do this, just kind of, even though they're a small few, small selected few and a vocal minority, but from the people looking on the outside in, they're going to see that, this is why gaming is bad, because people like this, just proves that, they're just little kids and they don't grow up and they don't know how to act. And it makes it bad for everyone that's not like that, like us, the ones that actually care, the ones that appreciate everything that's being done by Microsoft and other companies, obviously, because if Nintendo did this, we would still applaud them. If Sony did this, we would still applaud them. It ain't going to be about, fuck that shit, Sony, we don't give a fuck. No, we're going to applaud it because we know it's good for gamers, the industry, and now all these sad disabled people that really don't have the privilege that we have to perhaps have auditory responses or have two hands or have, you know, better reaction or reflexes, you know, and this now gives them that opportunity to feel normal like us in a way, you know, maybe not physically, but at least emotionally in their emotions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, I you know what? That's why the best thing for us to do is just to shut these guys out. Like gaming has to be about gaming. We got to cut down all the noise. I've been doing it for the last month or two, and it's been great. Just shutting down the stupidity. Like, you know, we got to get back to the fun element of just, it's fun. We can make it fun, not with the stupid shit like this. This is just, it's fucking asinine, to be honest. Excuse my language. It's just really dumb. And, you know, to those people, you know, I hope you grow up, because if you don't, you got a rude awakening coming to you in the long run, because believe me, life is short and karma does come around. And just to have that type of thought shows and says a lot about the type of people that they are, even if they think it's funny and trolling, because it's not. Just certain things in life you don't play with, you don't make fun of. It's just on principle, you know. But that's my thought on that, you know. But I think it's great. I think it's, as far as positive, I think it's great Xbox did this. I think it's awesome that they also.
Did he just drop out?
Seems so.
All right. All right. Well, good. Well said. Well said. It's a sad state of affairs, people, but you know that's the actual reality that we live in today's day and age. Besides that, though, kudos to Microsoft, Phil Spencer, and the Xbox division for making this a reality, for giving accessibility to gamers of all types. All right, that's something positive for the industry. Now let's talk about the show itself. All right. Me personally, I ain't think too much about the show. I gave it like a 7.5 yesterday on the GRG. But let's go with the members on the panel. What did you think, Flip? Hello, Flip.
Flip.
All right.
Yeah,
So
man.
Flip
I'm
ain't there.
sorry.
So...
I'm sorry. I had it on mute and I was talking the whole time.
all right. All right.
No, an 8, and the only reason why I give it an 8 is because what they were doing for disabled people. That's the only reason why I get an 8 for me.
All right. That's actually good. I feel you on that. What would you rate it, Ebot? Did you actually get to see the show?
Is he back?
I guess not. I know. I heard him click out for a second. So
oh no, he is there. Yeah.
So what would you?
I don't know about a number, but I didn't like that shit. Besides the disabled controller, I didn't really like it because, you know, I'm excited for that light gun game. I have a Dave & Buster's near my house, so I'm gonna try it. Yeah. But it'd be cool if it came to Xbox, like even, you know, show Connect some love.
They should actually bring out a light gun game. And bring like the House of the Dead and the Ventura Cops and Time Crisis games.
I own the House of the Dead games. I own the Time Crisis games.
Look at that, man.
They're amazing games. But, you know, that'd be really cool if it came to Xbox. To Sea of Thieves, I'm a Sea of Thieves fan, and I would have loved to see actual gameplay instead of a tease. And I think they should have shown actual gameplay because this is when all eyes are on them. I think this would have been, you know, a perfect time because even people who aren't even into Sea of Thieves will see the content update on Inside Xbox and be like, "Hey, damn, that looks good. Let me boot it up on Game Pass." And State of Decay, I wish they would have. Well, you know, we've seen hours of footage of State of Decay. They didn't really have to do much of that. And I also would have liked more backwards compat. I think they should just save the back compat announcements for this show. And I think they need to. I think they should have done more of that. I could have done without the No Man's Sky stuff, the live action State of Decay stuff. No, thank you. And I don't know. They should have. I understand that it's not E3, and when we're talking about this, when it was first announced that they're going to be doing a monthly show, I knew it wasn't going to be anything crazy. But like compared to last month, man, this is weak. Last month was amazing.
All right. Granted. I mean, you had that amazing opening with all those Xbox original backwards compatible titles right out the gate. I literally lost my shit while I saw that, man.
Even RoboCraft Infinity was cool.
Yeah. Which one?
Robocraft.
Which
You
one
guys
was
can hear
cool?
me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah,
now,
we hear you now.
Hiba. Did you get
Okay.
to see the show?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, what were your thoughts on it, man? What would you rate it?
I think it would have been a solid 8 if they would have took out definitely the State of Decay part segment at the end that took almost like
Thank you. I ain't like that
40
either.
minutes. The reason why is because something like that I think would have worked better if they would have done it on the launch of State of Decay. You know, like something on Mixer on the launch, like they did for the launch date, the actual launch day on Tuesday. I think it would have worked better. Because they didn't do it once, they did it twice because they had put members of, of the
Yep.
Xbox All In shot, which they should have just showed that one instead if that was the case, because it was more interesting because it was people we see on a daily that worked there. And I also there were some good things about it, but Xbox got to use this form or this platform to make announcements that have actual release dates or actually show stuff, because they talked about the Halo achieve, what they're doing with the 4K enhancements, but they didn't even give a release date. You know what I mean? And then they showed the Halo game was awesome. That they showed about the arcade rail shooter, because
Yeah.
that's a potential of it coming to Xbox, which is awesome. By Raw Thrills, which they also did a new Ninja Turtle ones also recently, and a Jurassic Park one, which if they bring that, there's possibilities of other stuff coming from the arcade from them, which would be awesome down the road. But it's kind of like, I don't know if people really cared about it or not. For me, obviously, as a old school, I love it. I thought it was great. Also, the fact that they show CFDs with the trailer, but they didn't show what it was going to offer, which I didn't understand. If they were going to show it, they needed to show what it was. Same thing like the release date of the enhancements. They got to use this platform to give actual full information, not just teases or tidbits, because I think that's where the disappointment's coming in, and it's making the show feel kind of flat in certain things. As opposed to last month, we got release dates for this, that, backwards compat, this and that. Michael Ironside came. We haven't seen him in a long time. He kind of hinted, yes, we're working on a new Splinter Cell. And then he said those awesome stories of how it came to be and the fruition of how everything turned out with him believing the product, wanting it to be more than just a game. He wanted to make a story element and all that cool stuff. So they had a lot of good things going for it. So, this show definitely fell back. But I think if they would have had actual release date for the enhancement, or actually show what the CFD's update is going to bring, instead of showing just a tease, and maybe even saying the arcade game was coming next year to Xbox One after they showed it, I think it would have been way better. It would have been like a solid 9 and take off that State of Decay thing at live action at the end, and just let from Xbox in at from the UK team. They should have just left that, because it would have made it interesting, obviously, to see how they work it out, because they worked there, whatever, and not made it a 2-part segment, which dragged it for like another 40 minutes or something, right? Or something like that. So
it was cringe, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely, but it gets kudos because they added the thing for the controller, but the thing was that thing for the controller was also leaked and talked about like 2 days prior.
Yeah.
So it would have had more impact shown there for the first time. But of course, with social media, how we live now, everything leaks out ahead of time, so it's kind of hard. But for that, it gets points as well. So I'm going to give it, in my personal opinion, a 7. And that's being nice only because they did have good things, like I said, the arcade stuff, the Sable controller, the announcement of what they're going to do for Halo, the enhancements, and then obviously the Sea of Thieves upcoming DLC
And the
and what they're
Forza.
adding. Right, and then the Forza stuff. Yeah, they said we're doing this, that, and they didn't even give a release date either. They need to finish what they start with this show, like Nintendo. The Nintendo Directs work because what they do is they do it like a crash course real quick. This is what we did to it. Comes out this date. You see what I'm saying? Boom, they go to the next thing, and that's why it works, because it's to the point and gives you actual release dates and what they're doing, what they're trying to do. And that's what they need to do with this. If they were going to talk about, like I said, the Halo arcade game, talk about a possible Halo arcade game coming to Xbox next year. Talk about the release date of the enhancements for the Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Talk about the enhancements for Forza, when that's coming out, and then show the release date and what's coming out for, Sea of Thieves. The only thing they did show was the Miramar, right? The Miramar desert map that people already suspected was coming out next week anyway, and they give the date. That's the only thing they showed the date for. If they start doing that, I think the show will grow and be solid every month. But if they don't do it, it's going to always feel hit or miss, in my opinion.
Okay. Well said. Highly in depth, definitely. Well, I could say my thoughts on the show, as I said, I already gave it a 7.5 yesterday on the GRG. Y'all could tune into that. That shit was lit, people. All right. And what I could say about Sea of Thieves, though, it definitely was a tease. All right. It was a tease. But in the silhouettes, though, all right, because I play a lot of Sea of Thieves, in the silhouettes, you actually see three people on two boats. All right. Now, from the developer diary that they did about a month ago on Xbox YouTube channel, they were talking about 3-man boats, and they was talking about new forms of gameplay. So they showed these people throwing spears into the water at a giant shark. All right. Now you see tattoos or paintings of this giant shark on a lot of the different islands that you actually sail to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I'm thinking we're going to be going up against a giant Jaws-sized threat on the Sea of Thieves, and you'll probably be able to throw spears at it. All right, which is a trip. I wonder if I could actually throw a spear at a fucking skeleton or at a rival pirate. I mean, it just gets me hyped for what's to come. All right. Right. And that's just one of the monsters that's going to be appearing within this year. I think they have another one set up to come out in the next couple of months with a whole bunch of new types of enemies in gameplay. All right. So we won't be just killing skeletons ad infinitum with different types of 6, right? Ailments. All right. So we'll see. But it was a teaser. I agree with you on that. I know people wanted to see more. All right. So let's go with you, Triple Cup. What were your thoughts, man?
I mean, me personally, I didn't watch it. I really didn't have the time. I've been enjoying gaming. Okay. So I just ain't, so I said I was gonna watch it. But the most important thing was the controller they did. So I did kind of I checked up on that. But pretty much the other stuff, you got the major notes and Game Weekly. You still got the podcast and stuff like that. So I was like, well, I'll watch it when I have some free time. But right now I just been, I got some good news on some backwards compatibility. So you know how I've been.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt. We're gonna get into that right after this, yo. And yo, 100. What are your thoughts, man?
I'm with this way. Y'all, a lot of gamers need to put their expectations down on the damn show. It ain't no E3.
Yeah.
It ain't E3. So you need to bring your expectations down. They told you what they was going to show. They let you know what you're going to see.
They actually showed it at the beginning of the show what you're going to see the rest of the show.
They showed you. No, they told you a week before what they was going to show.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's up to you. That to me is a lot of people I'm upset. That's a you problem, not a me problem. That's a you problem, not a us problem. That's a you problem, because I knew what I was expected to see. Yeah, I know what you call it, the State of Decay thing. But y'all say Microsoft don't advertise. They advertising this shit out of State of Decay, ain't they? And it's $30 and they getting shitted on, and it's a 69 on Metacritic. Don't let me start preaching. It ain't Sunday yet. You know what I'm saying?
Or advertising.
Yeah. So they are advertising the shit out of this game. But this and this and that. It's not what you want to see. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to watch. You could have watched the. You know what I'm saying? It's been many times I ain't watched my Dodgers, and what I do? I catch the highlights called ESPN. So ESPN is what to me is IGN, Game Spotters. Somebody gonna do some kind of synoptics on it. It's up to you. You can replay. You know what I'm saying? It's you can replay the game. Even though I hear my echo, I don't know why I'm echoing, but
all good.
But my issue is like, man, I didn't have no problem with the show. I knew what the show was capable of doing. I actually got done work so I can sit down and watch because some of the stuff is informative to me, not to you. But it might be informative to me. I like how the passion is talking about the state of Decay. You know, people say, "Oh, I didn't show no Halo." I don't want you to show no Halo. E3 around the corner.
Yeah, say that for the E3. I don't want to see anything. Well, that arcade shit caught me out of left field though.
No, the arcade stuff. I called, man. Flip. Am I lying? Did I say Damon Busters?
Yep.
I called it before anybody. I said it's probably going because I see. I've been to Damon. I see it's a bunch of games. It's Pac-Man 3. It's a bunch of games, and it's a money maker. And think about it. It's set between Reach and Halo 1. So why are you mad? Yeah, that's where it's set at. That's nothing new.
That's definitely
Too many
potential
people
for it
were
to come
talking
to
in my party.
It's definitely potential to come to the console.
I don't think people understand. Like some of these shows, I'd rather them show indies and all that stuff on these type of shows than to show it on the big stage.
I agree.
But they got to give you something to entice you to watch because they got to make money too. You know what I'm saying? You got to get enticed. You got to throw something out. Like, you know what? I got something for Forza. I got something for Halo. You know what I'm saying? I have some people thought they was going to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Thing about it is, I like how they did pull it because people sitting there like, okay, look what they did. They said, hey, we gave you this for Halo Master Chief Collection and all that. That's an old ass game in layman's terms to people, right?
Yeah.
But people was hyped. Why you didn't give me nothing? Why? I thought you didn't like that game. I thought you thought it was bullshit. Why do you give two fucks about it? See, that's when I go into when I start getting at people like, why do you care? You're not a diehard Halo person.
That's right.
Yeah.
So why
it doesn't cater to you?
Well, so why do you even speak up on it about it? You saying, you know, this and that. But now if I know that, you know, you want it, what they were talking actually in changing the UI of it. To me, who's going to change the UI of a game that's that old? That means what? People still playing that damn game.
Yeah.
It's not a one and done. God of War right now. Nobody. But what you got the people talking about Halo Master Chief Collection. Why did it say
that's what a 10 out of 10 gets you.
Yeah, so that's why I say them shows, think about it. IGN don't hit everything. I watched I watched a bunch of shows. You know what I'm saying? Every show don't hit. How many episodes your favorite episode? I watch Voltron, I watch a whole. How many of your episodes really don't hit? The Walking Dead, people talk shit about. Then they're close to me. Low. Because they don't want to give up the final finale. You don't want to give up the finale too damn early.
Of course
but
not.
They don't look at it.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, but they don't look at it that way. It's a TV show. They don't have to do it. Sony don't do it. Nintendo Records just tell you, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but motherfucking Mario fucking Peach. You know what I'm saying? Mario Stone and some other shit. It ain't nothing super brand new. You know what I'm saying? Donkey Kong Country times 17 million? Come on.
That's
you could have told me that shit at E3. Come on. But
I feel you on that.
Microsoft is doing something like, you know what? Think about it. Actually, even though Sean Murray was sitting up there lying the whole goddamn time, I don't want to talk to the media. Somebody told him to shut up. Nobody won't know. No one cares. But guess what? Microsoft said, "Hey, the graces of our heart, we're gonna put you on prime time." That was the slowest part to me.
It's because it's new to the Xbox community, regardless.
It ain't new because a lot of Xbox guys got the shit on PC.
I know, but I'm saying to the ones who don't. That's what I'm saying.
No, bullshit. I'm called bullshit. Nobody want to. Man, you got Elite Dangerous. Play better than that bullshit. Don't let me start preaching right now. Come on.
That is, I got Elite Dangerous, and that is true.
I said I got a whole. Trust me, I got a whole lot of. You can go play. Damn, what I say? The Soulless Project is better than Elite into that motherfucking.
What about Everspace?
I could go break down a
Everspace.
whole.
That's the other
I could
one.
break down. No, saying you see, he was over there nervous. You see, he was watching what he had to say. Like,
He got a haircut
well,
with that money.
where he come from. And I love the comment section on Mixer. They was like, he telling us a bunch of lies.
Oh yeah, it is wild.
That's
Well,
it.
but what's it called though? It's called No Man's Sky Next, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like the next iteration that actually has multiplayer this time around.
Well, can I say this then? Since they say we was beta testing Tomb Raider, could we not say that they was beta testing No Man's Sky? Since
For
they
sure.
made it a whole new overall, the I'm not lying. The graphic look totally different and everything.
Yeah, dude, they do.
You see vehicles in this car now. Now you get to ride around in all terrain vehicle. Thank you.
When I
Sony,
saw that
for
lunar
this
moon
game.
buggy, I was like, what? And I saw all the colors. I was like, wow, before it seemed like it was 2 colors or some shit. It was like,
Man, that shit was stole off of Mass Effect.
That's probably one of the reasons I like it, though. I love Mass Effect.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still buy it because I'm a Trekkie. I'm a
sci-fi guy. They can get that shit for free. That shit ain't going on my console.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm not.
Yeah, well, they should Game Pass
not
it, though,
doing
man. Put it on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass. I
Going,
might
actually,
try.
I think his shit is going
They
on
might
what you
do
call
that.
it first. No, he's paying. No, who
Games
gonna
of
pay
Gold?
50? No, who gonna pay $50 for that shit? He want $50 for that shit.
That's why we say they should be on Game Pass to just see
Giving
how
that
it
motherfucker no
Yeah, because if you got Game Pass, you can just try it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm sure you'll never purchase it flat out, but you know what I'm saying? At least you could try it out.
Man, it's 228, 100 do hate. Fuck that game. I'm not supporting that shit.
Oh,
It ain't
man.
coming on my. It ain't coming on my shit.
Crazy.
It ain't coming on my shit. Now y'all can put it on y'all. You know, saying let's teach you his own. But hey, I'm just like a Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Fuck Activision. I ain't paying for that shit either. Fuck that shit too. So I'm like I said,
I don't even mind the new Call of Duty.
So I'm glad you brought up Call of Duty, though. Basically, Call of Duty, they finally confirmed it doesn't have a campaign. All right. So, you know, a lot of people are taking issues with that fact. You know what I'm saying? That it doesn't have a campaign. Me personally, I give 2 shits. You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a fuck. I'm not a Call of Duty fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But let's go with you, Jaylon. What are your thoughts about Call of Duty not having a campaign?
Like yourself, I haven't bought a Call of Duty since Black Ops 1. I'm one of those people.
I bought Black Ops 3, and I ain't like that story.
I bought Black Ops 2.
I've never seen myself. I've never had the urge to buy it, but even without a campaign, it still has more content than most games. You know, it's probably gonna have zombies in it, and like you said, you know, like you said on GRG, it has each character class has a set of missions. You know, that right there probably gonna take you 5 hours, which is the usual length of a COD campaign. Also, you gotta have a multiplayer that's gonna give you hundreds upon thousands of hours. Isn't there a zombie campaign in the other one? Like so
I think it's gonna have some type of zombie story mode, and it looks like they ramped up the zombie AI. Now it seems like Left 4 Dead zombies.
Yeah. So COD, even without a campaign, it has more content than most games. And if you're a COD fan, it's gonna be worth the $60. I'm not a COD fan. I'm not gonna buy it anyways. But if I was, I wouldn't even mind, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really for me. I'm not, like I said, like you said, and I said, I'm not a COD fan. What are your thoughts, Triple Cup?
Man, I'm not a COD fan at all either. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've always been a Battlefield player, you know what I'm saying, me personally. But I will say this here, COD will set a tone and start a trend, because if they can get away with no campaign, other games gonna say, well, you know, so they gonna try until they be able to get through the door with no campaign. Like when Titanfall 1 came out, when it didn't have no campaign, it still so good, but it didn't really get through the door. It didn't make it okay. Like Overwatch,
exactly,
it made it okay. So when games start coming like that, see, that's my biggest thing about it. But I always said COD need to be an annually subscription thing. Well, people that play multiplayer, like that, all thing they do is just add maps. That's all people that play multiplayer need, maps. Just keep add maps every so often. You know, charge them $30 and do a single player campaign and sell a physical this or that, and add the zombie modes and that's all they really had to do. But with this no campaign, I think they need
they would actually make more money that way if you think about it.
Hell yeah. I was trying to say it on GRG. Now everybody no. I was like, man, y'all ain't hearing me out. But yeah, that's what true.
Yeah, that actually would make them more money in the long run because like that they wouldn't have to keep doing all these separate different iterations every year by a different developer, right? They could just have all these different developers just adding new multiplayer components to the actual existing game.
Exactly.
All right, like more or less like Blizzard does with Warcraft. I mean, how old is that? World of Warcraft. That shit is ridiculously old, bro.
100 years old, bro.
That's what I'm saying, and they still keep putting out content for it. They still keep bringing out DLC for it. And I'm glad, Chuck, that you brought up Titanfall. Titanfall, everybody shitted on it in the beginning. That shit, what, so like 7 million? Everybody was shitting on it. Oh, that shit is garbage. It has no campaign. Then Overwatch comes out, same formula, no campaign, just multiplayer, and that shit sells over 25 million.
Right.
I mean, how could you not give one a pass? I mean, how could you give one a pass and the other not?
But Titanfall 1 did have a campaign, but it was a multiplayer campaign.
No, I know.
Yeah, this kind of has a campaign,
the game.
You know, with the classes.
That's a lot more than what Overwatch has. Definitely.
Overwatch ain't got nothing.
Right. And you had to pay attention to what the people were saying in order to understand the story. But most of the times it was kind of hard to follow because you're in the middle of a firefight where they're telling you all this information. But I played it so damn much, I ended up enjoying the story very much, man. I can't front. It was an online campaign. So you're right about that. I almost forgot about that one. All right, so Flip, let's go with you, man. What are your thoughts on COD not having a campaign?
To be honest with you, I haven't played COD in so long I could care two shit about it. I'm just being real. I don't know what is what. I couldn't even tell you the controls of COD. That's how long it's been. The 360 era. That's the last time I played a COD. I mean, if it do what it do, it do. Other than that, I really don't care.
Okay. I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. Yo, Hebot, what are your thoughts, man? What do you think about COD not having a campaign?
I mean, I think it was the inevitable because a lot of people that play it, they'll be like, oh, I don't play the campaign. Fuck that. I play multiplayer. So I just think they're going where they see their biggest numbers. But I also have a funny suspicion because they actually released a statement saying that 35%, I think, was of their players, or 31 play the campaign. I have a little funny suspicion they're going to try to release it this way. And then on a left field, maybe 5 months down the road, oh, here's a DLC with the campaign. You want to pay it, it's $20 and you pay for it. I have a real funny feeling they're going to try to do what they did with the remaster, but backwards. That's just me.
I can see that.
But for me, they lost a customer because I buy Call of Duty every year just to play the campaign. I don't play the multiplayer.
Wow.
So I'm not buying it this year for sure.
Interesting.
You know, and my son don't even want it because he plays it for the campaign as well. You know, like me, I pay $60, $50, $40. I get my money's worth because all 4 of my boys play the campaign. We all play the campaign because I played every Call of Duty campaign always since day one. So this year, nah, I'm not buying it. It saves me the money. I'm definitely getting Shadows and Rage 2 though. Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Rage 2. Here I come.
Like, to be honest, the only shooters that I play I'm single player on are Halo, Gears, and the rest don't even have multiplayer. Like Wolfenstein and Doom, those don't even have multiplayer. And Rage,
I mean, Doom has multiplayer.
Yeah.
It does. That's how forgettable it was.
Man, that's Unreal Tournament. Man, that shit Unreal Tournament. Nobody play that shit no more.
Yeah. That's more or less a do though. I can't.
Well,
that's all right.
Since the game don't have no campaign, should we be paying $60 for it?
No.
Right. Good question. That's
a good question. Hell yeah. Actually, they should sell it for a lot less though. But since it does have the zombies, they do tend to give them a lot of content, like Chuck said. It's gonna have a lot of content. All right?
Yeah, it is gonna have.
I think even 100 said it's gonna have. No, it was Chuck.
Just not for the
it's gonna have a lot of
content.
content. So it's gonna have the zombies mode, and it's gonna have like the regular multiplayer and all that. They're gonna add that new battle royale mode, which is basically gonna be what they've been doing in Battlefield all these years. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something new out of left field just because PUBG came out. Battlefield's been doing this for years. 50-man motherfuckers and shit, man. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think you're crazy if you pay 60 for it. If you're a COD fan, by any means.
Yeah, they should sell it for 40 though. Really, if you be honest. But then again, it is Activision, man. They're gonna milk motherfuckers for all their worth. Know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be $60, and it'll probably be like Hebot said. 6 months down the line. Oh well, guess what? Here's the campaign, and since it is Activision, right? It's $40.
Yeah.
Right? Because they ain't selling that campaign add-on for no fucking 20, bro. I guarantee you right now that shit is not going for no $20. They're gonna sell it to you for 40.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause it's Activision we're talking
They
about.
can have that shit.
What are your thoughts, 100, man? Did you speak on this yet?
I saw some of that shit. Only reason I buy it because my son loves. He loves Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I purchased shit. That's the only reason. If y'all see me playing Call of Duty, that's not me.
Yeah.
And my son, he's at the house and he's playing. I don't play that shit. Activision, fuck you, go kill yourself. I'm not supporting you. That's how I feel about it. I'm not giving you no more of my money because what you do, you don't do nothing but fuck me over. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, you don't want to have no campaign. That shit need to be $40. Let's keep it real. Matter of fact, it need to be 30.
I don't mind, man.
But they ain't gonna do it 30. They're gonna do 40. No, if they ain't gonna do it, they're gonna hit you with 60. Then you're gonna have to pay $70, $89 for the ultimate edition with no story and nothing. If you listen to it, they talking about they immersing the story in the multiplayer. You're not Titanfall. Quit trying to cheat.
And ain't they gonna charge you like $50 for the premium thing? So it's like 60 plus 50. That's 110 already.
So your ass need to sit back, and you know what? I don't know what happened. Call of Duty, man. What happened to man? Advanced Warfare was one of my best games. I love out of all of them.
We know what happened. They became the Titanfall developers.
Well, so why your dumb ass don't make a Advanced Warfare 2? Because when he died at the end, he said it ain't just me. He put her somewhere. Yeah. He said I'm not you killing me, but I ain't the only one that exists. You could have started another story.
Yeah, they should have followed up on that. Yeah.
That was.
Now, I know you don't want to use him anymore because he's over here harassing women and shit and all that. I don't know.
Oh,
everybody was harassing him, but I ain't getting into all that. That's a different story. This ain't motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? This director. So this ain't motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no motherfucking talk show.
National Enquirer.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't Entertainment Tonight.
I'm gonna throw a curveball right here. Would you rather pay 60 for Call of Duty, with many multiplayer modes and a lot of multiplayer content, or a Quantum Break style game that's only 10-hour one playthrough? What would you rather pay 60 for?
I'll take the 60 for the Quantum Break because that's quality. It's storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Damn, that's a hard one right there for me. I'm not
going to go with COD.
For storytelling. Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, with Quantum, it'd be nice if they would have gave us DLC, but everybody hopped on it like it was the bad thing.
They could have added DLC, but guess what? The game got shitted on. So, Respawn felt some type of way like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Let's go with our losses. That's how I'm going to tell you, that's how they felt. I would feel like, you know what?
Here's an unpopular opinion, guys. Sea of Thieves is more content than Quantum Break. Bada bing.
You know what I'm saying? Go find the crack.
It's a quality single player game, bro. You know what I mean?
I be talking to so many people that tell me they never went up against the crack, and I was like, really? I see that motherfucker.
I haven't been against the crack. I have not.
That's crazy.
I know. It's a trip, man. I've come across that motherfucker so many times and killed his ass so many times. It's a trip.
But it's supposed to be coincidence, right? It's supposed to be everybody. You ain't supposed to go to this certain part and you get hit with a cracking. So it's.
Yo, one time we fucked with a crew that was fucking with us and shit. And the waters are starting to get black around us, and we made sure we sailed out of there, and the Kraken caught them. So we actually sat on shore, and we watched them go down. We was like, oh, yo, the Kraken fucked them up. It's like, oh, shit, that's what they get. That's what they get for fucking with the kings on the seas.
Take him out, huh?
Yo, that shit was funny as hell, man. If my character could eat popcorn, that shit would have been lit.
But you heard people complaining about why you can't eat oranges, why it got to be a banana. I'll let
Yeah,
man.
that's the dumbest complaint I ever heard in my life.
They already explained that though, man. Come on, man. It's like that's the only type
Oh,
of
why
fruit
you
that
eating
actually,
turkeys?
even if it's rotten and shit, you could still eat it and digest it. Know what I'm saying? The orange, once it's rotten, you can't eat that shit, bro. That shit gonna get you sick.
It's a potassium
Like,
too.
that's like, oh, metal.
Yeah,
It's like Metal
exactly.
Gear.
It's the
Oh, why you only
potassium.
eating
Same
rations?
thing with apples. Once them shits go rotten, you can't eat that shit.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers be at sea for months.
Yeah.
All right.
I never
So
heard the
the
shit with
only
Metal
thing that
Gear,
would
bro.
still be
When all you were eating were
digestible would be
rations, bro.
bananas.
Yep, that's all you do on Metal Gear, the rations, huh?
You eat rations. Mario only eats mushrooms. Like, what's going on?
Uh-huh.
So
You
it
know, you
made
like
sense in the context, Triple. The way they broke it down to 100, it made sense the way they broke it down because they actually looked at history and they found out that that's what they normally took on the boats when they used to go sailing. They used to take bananas, stuff that they normally don't talk about in history books because they don't teach you that in school.
Mhm.
You got to look that shit up in the encyclopedias and you're like, wow, they actually ate bananas? Ain't that a trip?
Right. Ain't bananas and
That shit must have
But wait a
gotten
second.
old.
But wait a second.
Let's have banana soup today. Let's have
Wait-
banana
I know,
cream
but
pie
see-
today.
Bananas so bad,
Shit.
you make smoothies and stuff like that out of them.
Yeah, banana smoothies and shit. Come on, man. Dudes probably invented a whole bunch of ways in order to eat bananas on the high open seas.
They
That
don't
shit
listen
is
to that
crazy,
shit,
man.
though.
Bananas and
Nah, I
noodles.
know. There's a
Ramen noodles.
like, man. And then you got people probably smoking banana peels and shit or sniffing banana
Oh
peels.
damn!
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, make some alcohol out of banana.
You know what I'm saying? They pirates, bro. They
I'm
took
high as a
rum.
banana.
They had bananas. Know what I'm saying?
I can see that now. I'm
So
high
they
as
was
a fucking
getting
banana.
lit.
Ah,
Now they
It's like
probably
if
make
some of the dudes that
It's
had that
crazy,
took that herb with them on the fucking galleons and shit. It's like, yo, I got some herb, man. Let's get some banana peels. Let's smoke this bitch. Come on.
Yeah, we gonna call this shit.
Banana-
We gonna make this
Banana
thing
blunts.
in the future. Yeah, in the future they gonna call these blunts. We gonna call it. You know what I'm saying? We making they the creators
Smoke a
of the
banana
blunts.
spliff.
Banana split.
Banana
Yeah.
spliff, yo. Yo, shit.
Fuck, we don't
that's
need no
dope.
ice cream. We got us some weed. It's good in the motherfucker. Oh, that shit is fire. Let's go.
That's some shit right there,
Hey,
man. I
It's a
can't
I'll
front.
let you or you smoke.
I
I
don't even
know.
smoke. That's a
A good shit, man. No, I can't front, man. That shit was bugged out. Let's go with like State of Decay. It's like State of Decay and whatnot. It's
Ooh.
people got it on early access. Know what I'm saying? Because they bought the penultimate super ultimate edition. All right, so they get to play it before it actually releases on Tuesday. All right, people in Game Pass will actually get it on Tuesday, and people that bought the regular edition will actually get a chance to play it on Tuesday. And I've seen a lot of people on my friends list yesterday, today, playing State of Decay 2. Like a motherfucker, man. I'm like, wow. But yet again, I was in a party earlier, so was 100. A couple of people from the GRG. Shout outs to Delilah, Lady Infamous, K Mega that was there earlier, but had a dip for the next podcast. And shout outs to Xbox 448 and the Don and everybody else. But they were playing State of Decay. And then Chief actually talked about some of the reviews that are coming out from a lot of these websites. And he brought out the one from GameSpot. All right. I love the way he worded it because he's like, listen to this, Collider. And he played the video. And the guy was like, oh, yeah, you know, I started playing this game with the mundane aspect of trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world. What's mundane about trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world? I mean, it's just a trip because it's a game that's highly realistic. All right, it's an open world game where you're basically trying to survive in the zombie apocalypse. All right, so you got to gather your resources, so on and so forth. But yet, from the reviews, if you see a lot of reviews, you'll see a lot of low reviews between 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. And then you'll see some high reviews out of left field, 9, 8.5. It's like, wow. And then you actually read the ones that are 9s and 8.5s, and they let you know all the little things that they did in the game. Meanwhile, the guys that have the low reviews, you read it, and it seems like they played the tutorial. That's a fucking trip. Let me go with you, Flip, because I ain't hear your thoughts on this. What do you think about this, man? Do you really think it's a crappy ass game? I know you're installing it now as we speak.
yes. Well, you know what? When I seen this game, I already knew what it was hitting for. I played the first one, so I was already interested in this. It may be the little fanboy in me or whatever, but I think a lot of people just giving bad reviews because it's not on their particular platform. Let's answer this: if it was on their platform, would they be giving it this review, even with the so-called glitches and little bugs that they have? Because I could remember that the glitches and bugs that we have on previous console, well, other consoles that we that's out there now, no one really said anything about it. No one talked, bad about it, whatever. It's all right, they'll fix it. Don't worry about it. Give them like a couple weeks, they'll fix it. Well, it's funny when it comes down to Microsoft, fuck that. Let's go get this, get the fire, the torches, the pitchfork, and everything. Let's go burn this city down. I don't understand that.
I feel you on that.
I think it's crazy. Myself, I know I'm going to enjoy this game. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have it, and I'm gonna just tell them, if you want so bad, go talk to Sony or just go buy the Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this I'm gonna put out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's listening in on the show. What open world game that you've played this generation and last generation did not have glitches? Name me one in the comment section. All right, because I want to be enlightened.
God of War.
That's not an open world game. All right, the minute you go over that bridge and teleport to that other realm, right there, that's not open world. You're teleporting somewhere else, people. All right. If it was open world, you should be able to walk over the bridge and be there
that bitch
like nothing. There. Yeah, or canoe that bitch over there. The minute you're teleported somewhere, people, that destroys the illusion of it being an open world
and not being able to go back and forward.
GTA got glitches like crazy. Do we hear
I know,
like
dude. The Assassin's Creed franchise has crazy glitches, bro. I've even seen glitches in Horizon Zero Dawn. All right, it's like every open world game has glitches. All right, they get patched after the fact. Some of them end up coming out broken. I mean, but they do. The developers do keep working on the game even after it ships, in order to correct some of those glitches, because sometimes you can't predict things like that in a giant open world game. It's a sandbox, people. Sometimes there's things you just can't account for. What are your thoughts, Ebot?
Well, look, the State of Decay thing, I don't know why, first of all, it's $30, right? And second of all, you can get it on Game Pass. So they're giving you options. And I think a lot of it was because Microsoft probably knew they weren't going to be able to have everything polished and clean and ready to go by the release, even though they're claiming that the game was in development for 4 or 5 years. I don't personally think so. I think maybe when they say that, it was probably in production, like concept art, figuring out what they're going to do, what they're not going to do, because developers have to take time off after they finish the game to, basically get back on the saddle and do their new games. They don't just do a game and right there the next day start doing another one. It doesn't really work that way. The way that people think, take about a year off and then start a new project. But during that time, they do they do concept art, writing, and things like that to kind of know where they're going to go for with the next iteration. I think these things are obviously things that can be addressed, obviously, because there's a lot of things that come into play. It's an online-only game. Well, not that it's online, but it's always online, right? You're going to play co-op online with your friends. I've seen a lot of people playing that said they haven't had no issues. So it's kind of like very divided. And I don't know how much
people are very divisive against it, because there was a whole bunch of people playing it today in the party I was in earlier.
Yeah.
And they was playing State of Decay since early this morning. And ain't nobody came out and said, yo, this popped up right now. Or I had this weird glitch happen. Everybody was just having fun.
Right. And a lot of people also, on top of that, to what you're saying, like I've seen Dorian play. He's been streaming it on his stream, since he got it, and he's been playing it co-op, and I haven't seen him had any problems.
All right, so Dorian, that's the legal for people that don't know.
Yeah, new legal, right. On his channel. So I don't know if it's maybe because it mainly has to do with how good your connection is. And if that's the case, I can see where it's unfair to those who in their area might not have good connection just by the area.
Dude, I have a theory on that, Heba. Now that you're telling me that you know you've been watching the stream for Dorian and you haven't noticed anything, and he's been playing for hours on end. I'm pretty sure that a lot of these fake biased people in the media came across a glitch, right? Maybe after 4 or 5 hours, they came across this one glitch. Right. And they was like, let me highlight that in the video I do. And then they came across another glitch 4 or 5 hours in again. And they was like, oh, let me highlight this other thing. All right, because, you know, they're biased. All right, just read their reviews and see the way they're breaking the game down.
Well, it's weird
and
because a lot of the
then read a review. Then read a review of somebody that actually gave it a 9 or an 8. And you'll see a big difference in the reviews.
Right, even though they're pointing out the things that they find flawed. But it's weird because a lot of those guys that are saying now that, oh, it's not good, it's broken, were the same guys that
said they liked the game. No,
said the same reasons for it with the first one that actually gave it a good score because they said, oh, it's still good and problems. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's where it makes it more suspect.
Yeah. And the first one, they didn't have any issues with it. Why? Even though it was glitchy, the first one, because it costed them only $20, right? It was like, oh, it's not bad. It's only $20. This is only $30, and it looks twice as better. If not even maybe 3 or 4 times better than what the previous one did.
You want to be technical? It's only 10 because you can get it on Game Pass. You could get the first one on Game Pass when the first came out. See what I'm saying? So if you really want to be technical, there's still options for those who are in defense. But see, there's only one thing that I can honestly say that I feel weird about because I don't understand. Because I never played the first one, but I definitely bought the second one. I'm going to pick it up on Tuesday because I said I wanted to play co-op with everybody. But the only thing I find weird is I don't understand why Undead Labs did not choose to put it on the Azure servers if they're free and made it peer-to-peer. That's the only thing I find weird. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if it was because they did the PC version and not all PCs run Azure unless you're playing it to Windows. I don't know if that's the case. But I don't know. That's the only thing that... Because if it's on Azure servers, like all the other Xbox exclusives, which are obviously the dedicated servers, it's going to run a hell of a lot better than peer-to-peer because then you don't run to that problem where if you don't have somebody that's hosting the game with a good internet in their area or because they don't have high-speed internet because they can't afford it or whatever the case may be, it won't reflect or affect the game. See, with the Azure servers, you eliminate that. So I'm thinking if it becomes a major problem where a lot of people complain about that part of it, they're going to have to probably adapt it over, or hopefully they will adapt it over because it's free. I don't know why they didn't use. Again, it's kind of odd. That's the only thing that's throwing me off, and I can honestly say that I don't know why they did that. But we'll know for sure, especially myself with my own experience when I play it on Tuesday. Hopefully with you guys. Try it out for a couple of rounds and see how it plans out. Because they're saying the glitches are like cosmetic stuff, like, you know, zombies falling from the skies, zombies getting stuck on a doorway. If it doesn't reflect on the gameplay or doesn't mess with the gameplay. Yeah, but that
was something from one site that actually pointed that out. I've read several reviews, and only one dude said that happened to him. Nobody else ever mentioned those zombies falling from the skies. That's just the people
but even if that's
wanted to latch onto in order to fucking talk smack about the game.
Right. But even if that's happening, as long as it doesn't mess up the gameplay, you know, it's to be expected because it's an open world that's procedurally generated, right? Every time you play it,
exactly procedurally generated. It has emergent gameplay.
Right. So if it doesn't affect you while you're playing, that's something that with time, obviously, you'll get fixed. You know, those bugs, and it shouldn't bother you. Now, if it's that it freezes, it kicks you out, it messes up your save. That's a different story. That's when it can become a nuisance.
Exactly. That's a game-breaking glitch. And as a matter of fact, in State of Decay, a galleon somersaulted in the air in front of us one time. Only happened at one time. All right.
Right. But I don't.
So that's a glitch nobody else has reported though. But we saw it. We actually recorded. It was like, oh shit, that should look wild.
Right.
And somebody was on the galleon.
Right.
When it did that somersault.
Reports, right? Of it freezing or saves getting messed up.
No, it happened just to us. All right, that's what I'm saying. You can't predict the type of glitches that'll pop up in a game like that. Just like, let's say, for example, Skyrim, Last Generation, right, on the 360 and PlayStation 4, you had dragons come out at people that was just skeleton dragons. All right.
Right.
All the outsides of the dragons was gone. You know, it's just the skeletal frame of the dragon flying at you. That you're like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying?
No, it
And
was
that
like
had game-breaking glitches that would erase your entire save file. All right. And the game is over 150 plus hours, man.
Right.
And yet
But that's
that
when it
game
becomes
received
exclusive, right?
tens, nines, and tens on console.
Right. It still got the good scores. Well, it's like Flip said, I think when No Man's Sky came out, it was really unplayable. Even Drive Club on PS4, and people were like, "No, it's not that bad." They were damage controlling it. They were like, "Oh no, stop exaggerating. It's still good." You know what I mean? So, it's like CFD just sitting at a 69, and State of Decay now is sitting at the 69. So I guess Crackdown is sitting at a 69 too. If you're here first, that's my prediction. Crackdown 3 will be at a 69 in Metacritic as well. I predict.
Well, I think just to be honest, Metacritic is really bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because when there's so many biased people in the media, there's over 2.5 million motherfuckers is playing State of Decay. All right, and having fun with the motherfucker. All right, and I'm pretty sure I want to see the sales of State of Decay 2 1 week after launch. All right, to see how much it did, because I've seen a lot of motherfuckers playing State of Decay 2, and I know people in the PC community could give two fucks. All right, because they're already used to open world games like H1Z1 and stuff like that. Shit that Rust from back in the days. I mean, they're used to games that the graphics, they don't look graphically appealing, and this shit looks really fucking appealing compared to those types of games. All right, and Conan Exiles that came out recently, the motherfuckers been playing it on PC for the last year or so, and motherfuckers been playing it on the Xbox preview program for the last year or so. Finally comes out on release on PlayStation 4, on the Xbox One, and is also now fully released on the PC. And the graphics in that, they're okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the animations ain't nothing to write home about. State of Decay literally curb stomps this game, bro. The only thing that Conan Exiles got is titties. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I see. The only difference that I was like, all right, my eyes open up for a second.
Time period,
okay, cool.
But no,
the time period. But the gameplay, the way it plays, State of Decay, dude, Conan Exiles ain't got shit on that, bro.
Yeah, Collide, but it's a good point that you're bringing up about the PC guys, because a lot of those games, like even Counter-Strike, H1Z1, World of Warcraft when it first came out, all those games were glitchy as fuck. And these guys just played it, didn't give two fucks. Like, oh no, they're still fun. The glitches get fixed with patches. That don't matter. They're fun as fuck. But it doesn't apply when it comes to games when they're on Xbox. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying that the game should be broken and this should be acceptable. But I don't think it's something that was deliberate. I think it's more has to do with the Undead Labs just wanting to work with their small team and not wanting to expand and make it bigger. Maybe Microsoft wanted to help them and they just didn't want to. They just wanted their in-house teams and that's it. And they don't have the experience because I think this is their second game, right? That they're making this.
Yeah, but the motherfuckers that complaining ain't even played the fucking first one.
Yeah, I know.
So they ain't played the first one, so I can't listen to their complaint. Their complaints is null and void to me.
I know.
You don't even play games.
Yeah, I know.
You say names, but you don't play no games.
But 100, let me ask you something. Is this the Undead Labs, right? This is their second game, right?
I don't know. I actually don't know what y'all into the. I don't know.
I didn't know who made the first one.
On Assassin's Creed Syndicate. They said, all right, this is something that they never highlighted. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. These are games by Ubisoft. I remember my homegirl Miley Ashland. She kept trying to chase this one boss, and he kept going in through a door. The character would phase in through the fucking door, and she couldn't catch him. When he would come out the other side, then he would run in through a wall. All right, that seems like a kind of like a game-breaking glitch because she couldn't get past that one part, and that's still in that game. She did that shit just last week. Right, so these types of things aren't highlighted by these same reviewers. All right.
Right.
And this game has something like, all right, a dude fell out of the sky, but that happened to that one reviewer. And everybody latches on to that one aspect. I'm thinking, to me personally, that's a nitpick. Right? That's a nitpick. That's what that is, because nobody talks about the water not splashing realistic in Horizon Zero Dawn, but yet you can splash realistic water in Destiny.
No, nobody's gonna talk about how you can't swim with Kratos and God of War, but you got to use a fucking canoe. You know, that's you know. So I don't know.
It's a
I know
lot
it's
of
not.
things, man. It just these are the types of things that, like, you know, really gets me burnt up inside and whatnot, because I'm like, damn, y'all bitching over petty shit.
Well, this
Petty
was state of
shit,
the
bro.
case to be expected because it's an open world game that's always procedurally generated. So it means it's online heavy. It's always online. So it's not that it's acceptable, but it's something that's common. So it needs to be addressed, and I'm pretty sure it will. They're acting like, oh no, they're not gonna address it. This is bullshit, you know. And again, that's what I said. Undead Labs haven't really made a lot of games. They have a smaller team by choice, not because they.
Well,
I
they
think those
came
are
out.
just
They
the fanboys.
came out and said Microsoft helped them in all different
Yeah,
ways.
yeah, and all different that, right?
Yeah, I
All
don't think it
different
has
ways.
anything to do
So,
with Undead
well,
Labs, yo. It's
but
just
but
the
it's
type of game that it is. It's an open world game, bro.
you're
Yeah. Plus
trying
they're
to
trying
make.
open
Conan
door.
Exiles came out last year on PC. When did it get released? Just now, bro.
How many
Yeah,
goddamn
Almost a year later.
how many goddamn PCs that still broke games is broken?
yeah,
A lot.
Yeah, all,
There's a lot of them
A lot of them.
motherfuckers. How the motherfuckers they just
But
came
yet
out of
there's
Steam
millions
had
and millions of people
access.
playing those games because they understand the types of games that they are. When you create an open world, it's not the same thing as a world that's on rails, a world where you
yeah,
go
yeah.
from one section to the other. All
Where
right, you
everything's
can make those
premeditated,
games look
like God of
graphically
War or
more.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
everything is
you're just
premeditated.
going
I'm
like
saying you're
block for
not gonna
block.
have
That's all with
anything
them
pop
games.
out of left field in
It's
Horizon
different. It's
Zero
different.
Dawn.
Yeah, it's
The
different.
characters
It's
already
different.
have their animations. They're gonna react a certain way, and that's it. All right.
Yeah, it's
In
different.
State of Decay, there's no way to freaking um even do a roadmap as to what's gonna happen. All right. That's stuff that you find out after the fact. Which is a
Guys,
trip though. I
Hey, say
understand though,
Cloud. Hey,
man. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll
Go
be
ahead.
back. I gotta
Jump
pick
in.
up my daughter. I'll be back.
All right, all right.
all right, for sure. Hey, look. This how I look at play a good ass game that's a 69, then a boring ass game that's a 10 out of 10. So if this game is a good ass 69, cool. That's what they want to score. That's what they want to do. That's not gonna stop my fun tools to get here. I'm gonna enjoy the game. And then when you playing the game that you say, oh, this is a 10 out of 10 with your chest poked out, holding the controller, and all of a sudden the controller fell on the floor because you fell asleep. Don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Just understand what it is. You'll pay $60 for a game that's scored a 10 out of 10, and I might pay $40 for a game that's scored 69 out of 100, and I actually had more fun with my game. I win. I ain't worried about what they saying, because see, those people are trolls, and they are a plague, a lot of these people. You know what I'm saying? If you got a good game for the PlayStation and you having fun, like I say, Spider-Man, when that come out, that's a game I want to play. You know, God of War, game I like to play. But I say, hey, those single player games, I don't want to play them on day one, because it don't make, to me, it's the same game if I play it today if I play it next year. So those games I never had to be a rush to play. But a game that's, you know what I'm saying, is all about your story. Like, let's say State of Decay come out, Cloud, and me and you just chopping it up. You know how we get to talking, and you telling me like, oh man, I had to go do this here. This person here got bit. We had to go get this stuff here, but they didn't have this here. I got to do this other mission for this person here. He got into a they had a herd of zombies coming. We had to stop the herd of zombies. I had to shoot for somebody to come into play. Boom, that's when, you know, say I got help, and we did, you know, woo woo. I said, oh man, yeah, I know what you're talking about, because I had to do something. But what I did, I can't, you know, just talking about the different episodes that we had, and we could do this here for times and time out. That's why if you look on Twitch and Mixer right now, the games that I always gonna have people watching is gonna be these glitchy open world games, because of it's always something different. You ain't watching the same thing over and over and over again. You're gonna watch some new material, some new people doing some different stuff. So it's good for people that, you know what I'm saying, they like the Twitch screen. But when you got a you know what I'm saying, I ain't just picking on God of War, but since that's the hot game right now, but that's what I'm talking about, God of War. You know what I'm saying? A person, how many times can you stream that? You beat it one time, then you do it again, then you do it again the next week, then the next week again, you play the same game again, doing the same mission. Nah, you can't, a game like that, you can't do that. So you can't base no channels on God of War. You can only say, hey, you're gonna play God of War, then you're gonna go to something else. But you know what I'm saying, they got people that can base their whole channel on Sea of Thieves. You know what I'm saying? They got people that can base their whole channel on State of Decay. You know what I'm saying? They got people that base their whole channel on Grand Theft Auto, you know, games like that. So when people say, hey, this is a 69 out of 100, that let you know that they don't understand the whole concept of these type of games. You can't sink a couple hours and say, oh, I understand this game. No, it's all about the hooks and the depth and the detail about doing stuff that comes along in the game that immerse you later on. You will never realize until after the happen. You be like, damn, man, this was some amazing, crazy stuff that just happened. Even it could be a glitch, some glitch happened, and you know what I'm saying? You just memories that only you and whoever was playing with you at the time have. You know what I'm saying? That's priceless.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, I can't front, man. I'm thinking like while you was telling me this shit, because me and you play Sea of Thieves for a grip and shit, and I was just thinking like the way since it is emerging gameplay, you can never predict what's going to go on. Can you imagine? I know it hasn't happened to anybody yet, but maybe it has. I don't know. But people get infected in your party and whatnot. You need to heal them, and then there's attack in the middle of the night, and they kill the medic.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Right there, you're like, yo, like, what we gonna do? We need to fucking recruit a medic. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody in order to help out with the people that's that are fucking affected by this disease.
Why you think somebody shoot that flare up in the air? I need some help.
Exactly.
But
that's
somebody,
another thing.
a lot of
got
people
that flare that you can pop off.
Yeah. And a lot of people need to stay man. Metacritic ain't no better than Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes then said a lot.
Hey, what about the
Metacritic? Huh? That's what they are.
What about the what? What was that?
Thought about double crossing as well. Double crossing a person, like like on Walking Dead.
Oh no, we talk about somebody going double cross each other and lay everybody down and take that. That's why I say everybody can't be your friend.
Yeah,
that's emerging gameplay. Ain't that different? It's a different. What other game that you get that out of? Too many games. You don't get that out of too many games. So most of the time is we was talking about already,
bro. Microsoft doing these out of the wall, off the wall games. Like Sea of Thieves and State of Decay. It's a curse because critics don't know how to take to games like this. They're used to point A to point B. Generic games. I'm gonna be real. God of War is a generic game. It's a great game, but it's a generic game. I've done everything in that game in another game, and it's not doing anything really new. Meanwhile, Sea of Thieves, I think it launched with quote unquote no content because they didn't know how to approach that game, because a game like that doesn't exist. A game that's PvE/PvP, like it's hard to describe. Like I compared Sea of Thieves to Overwatch because Overwatch launched with 3 modes. Sea of Thieves launched with 3 factions. And then they're like, oh, but Overwatch is PvP. I'm like, Sea of Thieves is also PvP. Because you be doing a mission and other players come. So it's PvE/ it's a game that you can't categorize. And these critics see it and they flip. They don't know how to approach this. Same thing with State of Decay. It's a game where it's not a set story where you got highlight moments like Nathan Drake falling off a cliff for the 100th time. It's everybody's experience is tailored to them. And characters, they have all there's certain traits. You got all these, you got generators. You got all these things that you need to gather and
different classes. Scavenge. You got your sheriff. You got your medic.
So it's
different.
And let's be real. What did the Elder Scrolls Skyrim score? Like a 94 on Metacritic. I actually got really far in that game, and there was a mission where you have to sneak into a party. You take off all your gear, go in like party clothes, and then your gear will be in a chest. I opened that chest, my gear was not in there. I had to restart the whole entire game. That is a game-breaking bug. And I've heard some people say that they've encountered some game-breaking stuff on State of Decay, but my boy Sir Merkham, he hasn't. My boy Imeric Zombies, he hasn't. Delilah has not. K-Mega has not. Live has not. Dealer has not. Colt has not. Well, I'm not sure about those two. But I've heard they've been enjoying the game. Look, it's not for everybody. Microsoft, they've been investing in, I don't know how to. They're just off the wall games. That's what I'm gonna describe them, man.
They do games for everybody, for every type of gamer, if you think about it. Because State of Decay, as well as Sea of Thieves, these are games that people are going to be playing for years on end. All right? It's emergent gameplay, people. You can't predict what's going to go down. And they're going to keep adding content and DLC to State of Decay. And there's going to be a whole bunch of free content being added to Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
All right? That's one of the reasons why State of Decay was $30, while Sea of Thieves was $60. Sea of Thieves is like right out the gate.
Right.
They're like, yo, it's $60, but we're gonna add all the content for free. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically Halo 5 Guardians. All right. Meanwhile,
Right.
State of Decay, that was like, we $30, but we're gonna be adding story DLC later on down the line. All right.
And
Different
I was
DLC
looking
packs
at
and whatnot.
some gameplay of it. I was looking at Sir Mercum's footage. I saw a part where one of his characters glitched on the floor. That's not cool. That could easily be fixed with a patch. The game isn't officially out, but it is messed up, and it being on P2P, especially with Microsoft being at the helm, that's messed up as well. But Skyrim could get a pass for glitches. Dark Souls, people fall through floors in Dark Souls. You got all this crazy stuff on these games. And look, Skyrim's a deep
I'm
game.
trying to remember
Dark
what
Souls
game
is
I
a
fell
deep
through a
game.
floor. It's like, go
Oh,
ahead.
many games. I fall into the floor in GTA.
Batman, right? It was Batman. Yo, Arkham Knight. Hell yeah. I was like, I remember some shit like that where the floor disappeared on me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit pissed me off. Man, hey, I was
Is
just
it
thinking
fair
about
to
that,
say
man.
that Sea of Thieves is deeper than Batman?
Hey, what Xbox covered every genre they had. I was trying to think of what type of genre that Xbox haven't touched. I mean, they hitting stuff that we must think about hitting, like being a pirate. They hitting a genre.
I know, right?
They're
making new genres. Let's be real.
Yeah, they making genres. Being, got your first person shooters, third person shooters. If you like driving race cars, you got your RPGs. You got your JRPGs. You got your action games. You got your.
Like, I would like that, like the fanboys to address to me, like, what real open world game has Sony put out, or even Nintendo? They can't tell me Horizon Zero Dawn because old girl got only like 2 melee moves.
Nintendo got Zelda, so
they got Horizon and Infamous.
Zelda's their first one, wasn't it? Zelda
Horizon and Infamous.
Yeah, but Infamous and Horizon, if you think about it, aren't they limited by a lot of things?
Nah, but they're still open. Come on, man. Let's give them that.
I'm just saying, old girl has 2 melee moves. I'm not saying it's a bad game. She has only 2 melee moves. Yeah, how many types of melee moves do these characters in State of Decay have,
bro? That sounds like Nier Automata, bro.
Man, speaking about melee moves,
Nier Automata, you hold the button down and she does a pre-scripted combo. All right, so that's another difference and whatnot. But yeah, go ahead, Chuck. What was you saying? My bad.
No, that I was just saying that I couldn't think of no genre at all. Xbox ain't touched the cover, and I was just saying about like you got, like how you were saying, like you got these different other genres, like you got the big sandbox open world stuff, you know what I'm saying, where we play with friends and we get together and stuff like that, and you pretty much Colada, you was right on the neck, hitting it, the hammer on the nail when you were talking about, like, with the PlayStation, they got these single player experience games, but they don't have different types of games. They got all these. I mean, feel like every game is like the same game. We're on a AAA budget level, and then with Xbox, we might be having, the 69 games, but we still having like different types of games. So, like, me, I'm like,
they're taking risks, bro.
Yeah, like I might be sitting like I'm playing Mad right now. Boom, 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 boom. I might get there and I might play some basketball, leave out basketball. I might play me some I just be changing games. So if 1 minute I might want to play Sea of Thieves, might play that for a little while, then I can hop out there. Then I say, hey man, I want to play some State of Decay. I want to do some creeping around. I have whatever mood I'm in and how I want to play. I could actually have a game to fit whatever mood I'm in at that moment when I want to play the game.
I actually like the thing that you said a while back, Chuck. More bang for my buck.
Yeah.
All right, because I got hundreds of hours on Sea of Thieves. And people that have gone through every little thing that's in God of War got maybe 40 hours. Tops. All right? Tops. Meanwhile, I have over 300 hours easily on freaking Sea of Thieves. Easily over 300 hours on Monster Hunter World. God knows how many hours, Chuck, you had on Ark Survival Evolved.
Man, my base took me
enough with the State of Decay. Does anybody want to add anything further to State of Decay before we move on?
Yeah. It's funny because like people were talking about AAA, AA, whatever. I think the lines are kind of blurred with games like State of Decay because like graphically, it looks up there with a lot of games. The only thing that's lacking to me is the animations, man. The animations and maybe the facials, but like I just got done playing. I was playing a little Yakuza. State of Decay looks better than Yakuza, and Yakuza is $60. It costs twice as much.
As a matter of fact,
does a lot
State of
less.
Decay looks better than Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet, and that costs
absolutely.
$60.
Absolutely.
I think that the
I could name
developers should
many.
make that choice though.
Matter of fact, that looks better
Right.
than Dynasty Warriors, and that costs $60.
It looks better than Nier Automata.
Hey, I heard me. I think the developers should make that choice. Like they should come out and say, "Oh, we coming out with this game, and it's our AA game," and let the the people that rate games, they rate. Okay, I'm gonna rate this game as a AA game, so you won't get that confused with a like I always use this here like a Ori and a Blind Forest. You know what I'm saying? Getting a 9 out of 10 compared to a Halo. You know what I'm saying? The casual going to say, oh, this got a 9. This must be a good game because it got the same score as a Halo. But if you rate it as a double, they say, okay, now I understand why this is so high of a rating. So they need to let the developers come out and say, okay, look, we coming out. If they feel like their game is a AAA game, let it be rated as a AAA game. And if they get a 4 out of a 10, you know what I'm saying? You say, oh, you know why? You know what I'm saying? Because it should have been a double. You know, they should have said this is a AA game. Let the developers, you know what I'm saying? They're the ones working on the game. They the ones know who they hiring, the talent they have, how many people they have, how much money they got behind them, how big of a scope of a game is going to be, you know, how much time it took even to create this game. So let them be the ones to say if it's a AA, single A, or a AAA. And all the indie stuff need to be dropped too, because you can't really. I've been looking at people saying indie developers, you know, everybody's an independent developer. If you look at it, just some of them just bigger.
Yep, which was technically indie, but not really. I got some other shit to add about State of Decay. A lot of people they're like, oh fucking like I feel like they're reviewing it as if it's a $60 game, and I feel like I trust people who paid $60 for it. No disrespect to people getting review codes. I respect the hustle. I'm not gonna knock it, but when you drop your $30 or when you drop your 60, you get to tell me, you get to truly feel ripped off. To be if a game's free, I won't really ever feel ripped off, unless it's like a No Man's Sky or whatever. But I feel that people are judging it by $60 standards, man, and they're just not recognizing what it's doing for a $30 game. You got $20 games like Gone Home that are hour long. That's just you walking around a house, and that gets like a 9 out of 10. Compared to Legend of Korra, which was 15, which has a sick ass combo system, and it's got many types of gameplay, which got 4s. That Legend of Korra game, super slept on game. You know, so I just think people, you know, they're underestimating. Well, they're just treating it a little unfairly. Sure, I'm not gonna excuse the glitches or the issues, but you know, you get what you kind of pay for. Let's be real. And how many $30 games are doing stuff like that? Or how many $60 games rather? And another thing, this dude, he was, I think it was on Craft's podcast. I think it was Salty. He's like, oh, fucking Sea of Thieves and State of Decay aren't AAAs, man. When AAAs, we mean the Gears, the Uncharted, the Marios. I'm like, hold up, Mario? How is Mario AAA and Sea of Thieves not? When Sea of Thieves has a giant ass world and 10 times the graphics of Mario. It did the art style a lot better than fucking Mario. And State of Decay, it looks obviously 10 times better than Mario. You know, I don't see that's what I'm talking about with the AAA, AA shit. You know, how is Mario a AAA but Sea of Thieves and State of Decay not? Because when people think AAA, they're just thinking about graphics. Let's be real. 90% of the time, they're just thinking about graphics. Let's be real.
Yeah. Hey, they're thinking along the lines of Battlefield, Battlefront, Halos, Gears, Uncharted,
God of War,
Horizon, God of War. Yeah, that's basically what they're thinking. True that. Maybe even Metal Gear to a certain degree.
Said that, some guy in the comments just said Undead Labs said it was a AAA games damage control. All right, who here follows Undead Labs on Twitter? I don't. And not many people do. And yes, one person on Undead Labs said it, but it wasn't like Microsoft said it or they advertised it. Yeah, one person said it. One person fucked up, but I never saw that tweet. I'm seeing it now, and yeah, it's fucked up. But I'm looking right now, see how many subs Undead Labs has. They don't even have 30,000 followers. So you know that it ain't really a big deal. You're freaking, you know. Only people who are in the know, only people who are super hardcore know that Undead Labs claimed it was AAA. So cut that bullshit out. You didn't know that until just now.
You know how the world is, man. They're gonna try to find anything these days on the interweb.
It's funny that they say that. No one said the same thing about the last Raccoon game, though, didn't they? They were screaming out.
I know, right?
It's the
I know,
graces
bro.
of God. God came down and touched it and blessed it. But
And that was
Want the
$60,
last
crazy
possum?
bro.
over that though, right?
What, the last possum? They didn't
Yeah.
go buy the shit.
That's the funny thing about it,
It
No,
was
bro.
they didn't.
$60, bro.
They ain't gonna buy
Exactly.
this shit. And all y'all
That should have been
Nintendo
priced. That should
motherfuckers
have been
out there
priced at
too.
$20.
Yeah,
And
and
if
y'all
it was on the Xbox, it
all
would have
y'all
been
little
free.
Nintendo motherfuckers out there be talking shit.
Yep.
You know what? You paying fucking $60 for a fucking port. They ain't give you no discount. You're paying for a port, so I don't want to hear you put that shit in my comment section. I'm gonna eat y'all motherfuckers up today. Now, I'm tired of hearing that. You got better exclusive.
I like Zelda, but Zelda was a port.
Hell yeah. I have that on the
That
Wii
one
U.
though. We want to talk about that one though. And it looked the
Yeah,
I have that
same.
shit on the
exactly.
Wii U.
Looked the same on the last generation. I don't care about it being self shaded. It still can look even better, even for a self shaded game. But ain't nobody talking about that one.
Yeah.
With
All they
Doom.
did was up the
Look at Sea of
resolution.
Oh, I
Thieves.
got Doom. Doom was downgraded from the PlayStation 4 to the from the Xbox One. I don't want to hear that shit. Don't give it. See, but think about it, you got these other people. Oh, it's okay because it's portable. Everybody, so don't put your ass. I don't consider it a console then. That's call it. You want to sit? Call that motherfucker fucking handheld or a hybrid. It's not. It don't can't play with the big boys. So don't try to play with the big boys.
I mean,
No,
it's just funny nitpicking about a game that if the game was 60, you'll be bitching. I don't understand you guys, man. I swear.
Yeah, it's
I don't get
actually
this.
$30, man. $30. Now I don't really distinguish whether it's AAA, AA, or single A. You know what I'm saying? I just like games, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, a Streets of Rage could be just as dope to me as a fucking Metal Gear Solid. All right. It just depends on how much enjoyment I pull out of that game. That's what I normally enjoy about games. And actually talking about AAAs, which definitely was a AAA last generation, that came out just recently on backwards compatibility, people. Something that your PS4 can't do. Or Wii U, or the Switch can't do either. You know what I'm saying? Or the Switch, right? None of them could actually do this. We actually got Fight Night Champion. All right. The first boxing game this generation exclusive to the Xbox One. Because not even PC got it. Or does PC have it?
Nope.
I don't know. No, they never got a Fight Night.
No, I
No,
think
it's exclusive to the Xbox One. Ain't that about a bitch? But the trippy thing is, though, that yesterday, you know, after the GRG, I guess, you know, they forgot to cut, I guess K Mega forgot to cut off the live feed. And so we're still there talking, and Triple Cup is like, yo, we're going to do Fight Night. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it, man. And we was like, damn, man. It was like, yeah. And they was like, yo, we live. We was like, we live? Oh, shit, yo, we out. All right. And then from there, we went to a party on Xbox Live. And, yo, the whole room filled up with everybody playing Fight Night. That's a fucking trip. It's like, yo, literally 100 had to fucking block the room from anybody else jumping in. All right, because you can only get 12 motherfuckers in the room. Motherfuckers just kept coming in. He's like, after 10, he was like, all right, that's it, man. There's too many fucking talking heads. All right, and motherfuckers was playing Fight Night all night long, man. That was some crazy shit. So let's go with you, Chuck, because I know you was getting in on it yesterday like a mug. What are your thoughts about, you know, Fight Night actually coming out on backwards compatibility and it actually being exclusive to the Xbox One this generation?
Man, Lord, hey, that's it's like a beautiful moment. When I first heard, I was the biggest smile. I had the Kool-Aid smile on my face. I was giddy and stuff like that. You know, backwards compatible. I'm not a huge fan. You know, got certain games, and that was my most anticipated one. And then by, like I was saying, every genre you want, we got now on the Xbox. So anybody that want to play some Fight Night is there. You want box is there. So we've been missing this.
You want JRPGs is there. I mean, any genre you can name, that shit is on the Xbox console.
And man, it was so crazy because, like let's say a backwards compatible game. I don't think no other. I'm just gonna say it straight like this here. A person probably was playing God of War, and they probably was having enjoying themselves playing by themselves in the single, single player experience with no party. But when we got on Fight Night, man, we had so many people who was these two people were fighting, these two people who were fighting, and we was talking back and forth like, oh man, you heard about, we just going, what rounds and stuff like that. And you had this person hopping in, talking want to fight. I'm over there talking the most trash I could ever talk. I had to fight against the fight night champion. We going toe to toe. I'm sweating, pores coming down. I was like, man, now this is what I call gaming. Man, enjoying it, having fun, and just talking noise, and just having a good time. I think everybody in the party, we had a good time. We wasn't worried about what this person was doing, what that person was doing, what they got going on, what the Metacritic scores had. You know what I'm saying? We was real gamers doing real gaming stuff, and that was playing games and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? We actually, and I actually really enjoyed myself, you know what I'm saying, just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I know the party couldn't hold no more people, but I wish we could have threw a whole block party where we could have had everybody in the community just come around, and we just had a bunch of different parties and everybody just hopping in and out of, just we could do those type of things. This was gaming about. I don't know if they'd have heard, but yeah, I'm still saying anybody can get
it. I like that.
It was crazy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, Flip, what are your thoughts about Fight Night Champion actually being exclusive to the Xbox One this generation, bro? What are your thoughts on that, man?
I just want more people to pick this game up, man. To go play this game. Because the more people go back and play this game on a backward compatible, perhaps maybe EA may see this as a sign of saying, yes, we can bring Fight Night back. I haven't played Fight Night since the 360, but I'm loving it. I'm loving, like Triple Cup said, we all in a party and everybody playing the game or whatever and having fun, just sit back, relax, and just duking it out or whatever on Fight Night. If EA is listening, please bring this game back. Let's do this, man. This just shows you the dedication and that people have for this game. Why you cut it short, I have no idea. But just bring it back, man. Bring back the love of boxing.
I feel you on that. And want to know what's the good thing, people? That even if there is another generation after this, we'll still be able to play Fight Night Champion. All right? Because everything is forward compatible. All right, so 100, man. What are your thoughts about Fight Night being exclusive to the Xbox One?
All right, I got to do my apologies. I got to apologize to Triple Cup, Chuck, K Nigga, and everybody out there. I said this shit. I ain't never thought I was gonna never see the day. It was so many government bodies out there. It's not like the NBA.
Yeah, you even said it here on DirectX, and we was arguing with you.
I'm like, I ain't never thought I was gonna see it today, so I have to apologize. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna apologize.
That's a good thing to be wrong about, though, huh?
Yeah, and think about it. He told me, I was welcome when he knocked my ass out last night with a slow punch. I didn't see. Like I told you was coming, but think about it. Microsoft made the deal happen. That's why I think it's going to. I think E3 we're going to see a new Fight Night. And they knew, and then all y'all motherfuckers that sit there and say we didn't want Fight Night, trust me, I hang around a bunch of people that play Fight Night.
Oh yeah, I mean that party got filled up in like less than a minute, bro. That shit was like boom. It's like, god damn, man, shit.
And I think it was only me and Lady at the time. They got off, boom, 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 start setting, and we start. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, like I said, I thought I can hold my own, but I think I need to go back in the gym because you know what I'm saying. I ain't ready for prime time yet.
Nah, man. We're in a whole different category. We in the lightweight division, man.
Yeah,
these are like super heavyweight division.
I mean, you just gotta get into it. That's all.
But it was fun, and you hear, you know what I'm saying, how the enthusiasm. You hear the flair, like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And then I had to call out my boy. I had to call out my super, you know what I'm saying, my superpower. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in it by myself. And you know what I'm saying? And him and my man Cyclones, they went war to war last night with each other, and that was cool. Just listening to it, everybody kept on saying, "Stream it."
Yeah, we was dying to see that shit stream. We was like, yo, y'all need to see that fight.
I don't hear nobody hearing God of War streaming.
Hey man, y'all seen what GameStop did with Fight Night, huh?
Yeah, they boosted it up. It's 35 now, ain't it?
Oh, they went 30. Man, look, hey, I called GameStop kids out now. I first heard they said $19.99. I said, all right, cool. Boom, I end up on doing some stuff. Now I called GameStop back that same day. It went from $19.99 to $29.99, and on the PlayStation, it was still like $19. I'm like, man, look at this.
Wow.
As soon as they heard, I was like, damn, Now they go up to $35, man. GameStop ain't shit.
Yo, that's some shady shit, yo.
And the game,
That's
the
some
game
shady
used to be
shit.
$14.
That's a
Even-
game that came out in 2011.
But y'all got to realize something. Even if it was on the PlayStation, it still wouldn't have no impact like Xbox Live. I'm sorry. I'm just saying what it is.
Yeah, but they're talking about the
online is
PlayStation
nowhere
3,
near
yo.
like this.
They're
It's nowhere
not playing
near this.
online no more.
Exactly. You can continue on playing your single player.
But that game is thing about it is, the story mode. Like I didn't know the people that did the story mode, the same people that did the story mode for Fight Night Champions, did the story mode for Madden this year. You can see the difference. Like you can. I didn't know that until somebody told me that shit. I said, okay.
The Fight Night story mode, the truth though.
Yeah. Even though I'm not saying it's not, though I'm not saying it's original story, but it immerses you in it to a certain extent. So
I thought that shit was pretty dope, man. The way the story unfolded, I never seen that shit in no Rocky movie or even Creed, bro.
Right. Spell it with
All right, so it's original to me, bro. Old dude went to prison in the whole nine, man. That shit was like Luke Cage before Luke Cage was even out.
No, because what's you call it? He wasn't a wrestler. I mean, he wasn't a boxer, but he was like a kick. What's the movie? We'll talk about it next box. Well, my man, what you call it?
Wesley Snipes
went to jail.
He was on the first one. Wesley Snipes on the first one.
What was that? I never seen that one.
Matter of fact, what you call it? Matter of fact, which call it got caught that way? What's his name? That's a true story. What's his name? He ended up moving to Canada though.
Not Wesley Snipes. The dude that plays Spawn.
Spawn. Yeah, he
Michael
did.
Jai White.
Yeah, he did a movie that way, and then it's another movie that
But he did the Mike Tyson movie on HBO.
Yeah, but no, this is another movie that this is a true story. I can't think about it. He was a boxer, and he actually somebody framed him just because he was black or something like that. And he had made and think about it, he didn't make a comeback story though. But it's like I said, but
that's what I'm saying. So it's not, but it is original to a certain degree because this one was a comeback story in the whole nine.
Hey, then he had to fight his brother. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Sorry, people, about the spoilers, but
it came
well, you ain't played that shit in 7. If you ain't played that shit in 7 years, ain't no damn spoiler shit.
Yeah, exactly, no doubt, man.
7 years.
The story was dope, man. I can't front, yo. That actually immersed me in the gameplay, but at the same time, it gives you a cursory understanding of the actual game mechanics, because the AI is not the same as actually fighting an opponent that actually goes online and actually fights people online. It's a different experience, people. You know what I'm saying? You can have fun with your friends if you're casual, but there's people that take this fight night shit serious, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like Chuck was in front of us, right? The motherfucker wasn't even blocking, bro. He was just there like bobbing and weaving and just, what you doing, man? Bow! What the fuck wrong with you, man? I was like, yo, you swing too much.
Yeah, I felt appalled about it. No shots? You call her out shots? What's up? No, I'm finna bob and weave for a minute.
The thing about it's all about them angles. If you catch them angles, you can get them.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I'm saying. That dude be calling out when they're about to take your ass out. You ready to go night-night?
So him and Cyclonus, they on a different level than me and Collider. I ain't on that level. I hope I get to that level, but I ain't on that level because I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be the best fight night. I just like the box. I like boxing. Period.
Yeah,
I watch it.
Hey, see the key thing about it is that game is so precise. If you play like a actual boxing match, you'll see the difference. If you get in there just fighting like you street fighting, then you know what I'm saying, you get knocked out. But if you get in there like, okay, this is how Ali box. He throw the 1-2 punch, he step back and he kind of roll to his left. You got to actually fight like how you know what I'm saying a real boxer will fight. And that's what made the game so
See, we casual hardcores when it comes to fight night. Y'all just playing hardcore.
Bro, y'all going to kill.
Y'all just hardcore on that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
When the dude actually stands in front of you and don't even block and avoids all the punches you throwing at him, you're like, there's something I need to do. Something I'm doing wrong.
Go back to the gym.
Yeah, man, that's a fire ass game though. I mean, and then it holds up.
Hell yeah, man. That's the trippy thing, man. That graphically that motherfucker holds up, man. Some people look like spot on, spot on. While others, you could tell it was the last gen game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some people look spot on like a motherfucker, yo. I can't front. Some of the people, like, when I saw Miguel Cotto, I was like, wow, okay. I saw, Pacquiao, I was like, damn,
Pacquiao, yeah,
okay.
Pacquiao look
Saw
Pacquiao,
Sugar Ray, I was like, okay.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, Hagler, I was like, damn, okay. You know what I'm saying? But then there was people like, De La Hoya, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? It was just, but you could tell though. But graphically though, it still holds up. It's still bloody as hell. Still highly visceral. Flip, what are your thoughts on it, man?
Now the downloaded box is free.
Oh, I already said something
And
about
all the downloaded boxes are free, man. That's crazy. Oh yeah, you did say something on that. So yo, J-Long, what's up with you, man? Did you ever get a chance to try it out?
Nah, but how much is it on the store? The
It's
actual
20.
Xbox store?
20.
It's
I
$20
might have to
on
go
the
that
Xbox
route if I
Store.
ever
At
pick it up.
GameStop though,
If I ever,
it's at $30.
yeah, fuck GameStop. They're gonna try to push the card on me anyways. Fuck that bullshit. But yeah, yo, this is a dope thing, and I can see a lot of jealousy coming from the other side. Cause I know my cousin who was a 360 dude. He was heavy on that fight night, and we were talking about fight night. He's always talking about that shit. Hey, even shout out to Kano. We used to talk about fight night a lot on the Game Section
Yeah.
podcast and how much they wanted that shit to come back. And
Kano
look,
was one of the guys
this
that
is a
was
good
actually
sign.
mhm.
He was campaigning for this, and there you go. Here it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. For those people who fight night fans who went to PS4, I don't know, man. The Xbox
Well,
One.
didn't
You
Kano
could
say
probably
he
get one
was a
for like
beast at
150.
Fight Night?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think
I think so.
well, we need to find out.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to find
Chuck needs
out,
to find
man.
out.
Yo, Triple Cup's calling you out, yo. You could get it too, Kano. It's like-
Man, I've been hitting up everybody. Like, what you want? You want it? You want something? Fight something, throw them hand. Everybody be looking like, I don't know. He talk a lot of trash. He must be good. Some people be scared. Some people we be getting it up though. I ain't gonna lie though, boy. When you get you a good fight in on fight night, that's something to get your heart pumping, your heart racing. When you get it says if you get the swinging on a person, you'll hit them with that left, right. You know what I'm saying? You do the 1-2, then you kind of move your body to the side and get them a chance to swing. When they swing, you capitalize with that 2. You hit them with that straight jab. Then you uppercut them, and they'll say you kind of sidestep to the side because they might be blocking, and you got to make sure that your hands line up. When you swing, they can fit right between their gloves. So you got to you got to make sure your angle is perfect.
Yeah,
when you swing,
bro.
you hit the person, man.
That sense of realism, you could go right in between their guard while they have their block up. All right, and fucking just come in under them gloves and hit him square in the fucking jaw, bro. Some
right,
crazy
so
shit.
Hey, this is so crazy. So best of if you standing straight up on defense, what you do is you move your head or your body while you blocking left or right. So if you do try to swing, you ain't no sitting target. See, that's the thing. You can't be no sitting target. You got to kind of like move. I mean, that game got some depth into it. That game got some real depth, and you can get, like I say, Floyd Mayweather, any boxer you think of out there, even the people off the Rocky movies. You know what I'm saying?
I know. When you told me that you could download Rocky for free, I was like, what? He's like, yeah, all the characters is free. You can download them. I was like,
right?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Nah. It was done by EA.
Oh, the actual deal.
It was done by EA.
Wow,
you could actually. I guess they must have been paid downloadable content back in the day. Now it's all free, bro.
That's one fire thing about 360 games, man. A lot of those DLCs are free now.
They was talking about, is Floyd Mayweather in the game? Nah, he wasn't out back then. And then Chuck pulls him out last night. He's like, yo, I got him. I downloaded him. I was like,
does it look just like him though? The created character version?
Yeah. Look like him, fight like
That's
him.
dope.
You know how he hold his hand to the side and how he kind of do the little roll. Yeah, you can roll with him, and then when with his little right hand jab, you know how he kind of snap with his punch instead of just a straight jab. That's how he swing that right hand. He snap with it. So so
they probably got like Anthony Joshua in there or some shit, right?
Yeah, Joshua Wild in there. I was looking for AAA, but I ain't seen him, so I don't know if they got AAA in there yet.
Triple G. No, I ain't see Triple G last night when I was looking for him. I didn't see him.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So
Kimbo, what was y'all looking for them at? Was y'all looking for those characters in the Xbox store, or y'all looking for that DLC on the 360?
No, they're created characters.
Yeah, you go to Xbox or Xbox Share, and when you go to Xbox Share, I mean, it pretty much is go walk down. They say downloadable characters, and then you just go to the downloadable.
Oh, okay, so it's on the actual game itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something.
So it's on the actual game itself. You just go to
Yeah.
download the characters, and then you got lists of characters. You could just choose more and more lists. They got lists for days.
Yeah, because it's just like when we used to play back in the day. We play NCAA.
Yeah.
People will sit there and have time. I don't know how much time they had, but they'll sit there and go through the whole catalog, and you can download the people name to your team. Because usually they didn't put the name on your team because they didn't want to pay them. So
Yeah,
if you had
exactly.
so you go sit there and you just download and it'll automatic. It don't hurt your game. It just put the names in for you and they attributes. So it's like you're playing the
Okay.
season. So that's what they're doing with that's what they was doing with Fight Night. That somebody went to go find all the attributes and all that other stuff, and they took the time to make these characters.
Right, screenshot of their faces. Put how you create a character with the screenshot face. Put it on the face on the person, and just and do their stats the way it's supposed to be, fighting style. All about saying their name. So it ain't complicated for them to add all the characters, but anybody else they add them.
Shit, I'm actually booting up the game now to download those characters.
Oh, then it take about 5 seconds. Literally, when you hit the download,
Boxer share. All right.
Yeah, Boxer
download
share.
Boxer. All right.
Yeah. And when you go there, like one of the first people you might run across is Rocky. Then you might see a Floyd. Then you'll see Mr. T. I mean, matter of fact, they even got Chuck Norris.
They got Chuck Norris up in this shit.
Wow. Man,
wow,
they got some
that's crazy.
Man, name them. They probably got them.
Wow. That's just some crazy shit, yo. I can't find. Yo, they pulling up all the photos now, yo. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. All right, but yo, that's a trippy ass thing though, man. See, that's one of the best things about backwards compatibility, people. It gives people the opportunity to play games that have never actually played this game before. All right. And people that have played it and were fans of it, they get to replay the same game on their new console. Around their console of choice, man. And the frame rates have been up, the resolution has been up because they always do these nice little enhancements for the Xbox One version. Now people are asking for a 4K X enhanced version. Do you think that's a possibility?
That would look retarded. It's possible because Skate 3 and Mirror's Edge are both in 4K, and those are both EA titles.
Yo, they got Apollo Creed up in this bitch. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, they should have Michael B. Jordan, bro.
Apollo Creed, bro. Oh shit, I'm gonna download this motherfucker now.
Yeah,
they gotta make Michael B. Jordan, bro.
They probably gonna do all that. That probably be some of the newer people they create.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, but, then Microsoft said they got some type of technology where they do like with the older games, they do some type of overlay or something, like some type of trickery where they don't go into the game or DNA.
Right.
They don't change the game, but they know how to make the game get better. I think they did it to a couple of games, like was it Ninja Game?
Skate 3.
Yeah, Skate 3. Yeah, they could do that. And
every OG Xbox game automatically does it.
Right. They probably
all
could
OG ones. But yeah, they did it with Skate 3 and Mirror's Edge, and those are both EA games, so it's possible. Just so EA they seem to have a good relationship with this.
Yeah. This I don't know how they pulled it out, but they did it, and I know a lot of people that got PlayStations. I mean, they got you got your casual game. That's like on the PlayStation or the Xbox. They say, oh, this year we're not gonna have the 2K or Madden come out on the Xbox, so it's only on the PlayStation. Man, just imagine how devastating that is. That's what Fight Night probably have a lot of people on the PlayStation feeling right now.
No, probably, man. Because I mean, there's a lot of Fight Night fans, and basically, in on every platform, really, there's a lot of Fight Night fans. People on PC, PC gamers also have consoles for this very same reason. Because there's certain games that are just not on PC that are on console. Right. I remember a friend of mine back in the day, he bought an OG Xbox because of Fight Night, bro. Because they wasn't putting Fight Night on PC. He's like, damn, that's one thing I got to give up to Xbox and PlayStation. Y'all be getting Fight Night. I love boxing, man, but the motherfuckers don't be putting that shit on PC.
They don't even get Madden.
And shit, 25% of the people that are buying UFC was only buying it because that was the closest thing they can get to a Fight Night.
That stand-up mode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They made a stand-up mode.
They would just fight like if it was Fight Night. Yep.
Exactly.
Man, that's some crazy shit, yo.
Hey, then no, it's crazy. They not really advertising it or saying it like how like Xbox got backwards compatible fight night and stuff like that. A game like that, it got a co-filing, but at the same time, a game like that, it needs to shine. Not just for the Xbox, even though just the Xbox have it, but a game like that really needs to shine. Because like how y'all was saying earlier, if EA see, damn, there's some money into this here. This is a corporation. They're gonna make another one if they see, damn, we're gonna make some money off of it. So if this game do good, then we can have another fight night come out on E3. It's gonna be for our systems. I
think Fight Night is coming out because you got to think about it. Look at it. I'm looking at it as a business thing. You know how they don't have you got Top Rank, Mayweather Productions, De La Hoya, and all that other stuff, right? Plus these other boxers and some boxers not alive anymore, right? That bill is $20. Most of backwards compatibility games come out between $9 to no more than $15. This is $20.
Well, it's between 9 and 20. 9 and 20 to be honest.
Yeah, but this one is
more expensive, man.
Yeah, but then think about it. It's an EA game, and usually if you got EA access, you get 10% off. Yeah. You don't get no 10% off on this game.
Oh, you're not? Damn.
No 10% off on this game.
Yeah, so they're really smart.
You don't get that. So thing about it is they must made a deal with these. They made a deal with these boxers and stuff like that, and say, oh, you know what? We'll up the ante. We're gonna come out with it's gonna be another fight night at E3. They didn't put this out for nothing, but they knew. Microsoft came to them. Microsoft might have to fund some money up for these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We usually do, you know what I'm saying, 60-40 cut. Let's do 75, you know what I'm saying, 35 cut on everything.
Just get it on there. Yeah. Who y'all think will be on the cup? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but Phil Spencer did came up and said the reason why they was they brought out the backward compatible, not only just for the fans wanted it or whatever, but he did say that previously, and for the ones out there that don't believe it, you can go ahead and check rewind them tapes that he did with them interviews. He said he did this and he was trying to talk to a lot of developers or whatever, even though it may be hard or whatever, to get some of these old titles to bring them back over to the Xbox One because the fans still wanted it. It's not like they didn't know this because he mentioned this. Like, I don't know if anybody remember that, but I do remember.
Yeah, he did.
He was breaking it down to what I'm saying. It is hard for them to do it, but they're trying their best to bring back the game that they know that we like.
Exactly.
And a lot of licensing music. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of stuff goes on with these games, and people don't understand. Like,
didn't GTA 4 get its music removed because of licensing?
Yeah, one radio station got replaced pretty much.
And then they added some more music in it.
Yeah, the Russian station they changed the whole station pretty much
because they don't own the rights to the music anymore.
Hey, who y'all think should be on the cover of the new Fight Night?
I don't know. Triple G.
I want to see Joshua and Wilder just standing. You know how they do with the two people, both of them.
I like the way they did for UFC.
Yeah.
That would be dope. That would be
Triple
dope.
G, he good.
Like that, nobody has actual preference. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at two sides.
Exactly. Yeah, the come out the UK and the United States. There, you know what I'm saying? Just give it a whole different dynamic. And then really and truly, them gonna be the two hottest boxers in his generation right now. I mean, Triple G, he just known because his mouth.
Canelo. I mean, Canelo got something to do with it too. The ladies like him.
Yeah. But who more popular right now?
Canelo and Triple G.
Nah.
The heavyweight division is not like the heavyweight division. Why you
think? Just check this out though, man. We know how dope Fight Night Champion is. It looks sick as hell, right? Visceral and the whole nine. Blood dripping out the dude's faces. Dude's face is getting battered. And this is a last gen game. Can you imagine what that new current gen Fight Night is gonna look like?
Woo! Oh, I can imagine, man. I can imagine.
Right?
Yeah.
man.
Please
'Cause
leave the
I
Buck
was just
map the
thinking, I was
same.
just thinking of UFC, and you know how sick that shit looks in UFC.
Yep.
And Fight Night had the physics. Even you can see a champion where you punch that dude in his gut, that motherfucker's body would ripple all the way up to man. That shit was just mind blowing. Because I have forgotten how sick this game looked.
Yeah.
And
Then the thing
it's
about it,
the
when you pin their
last gen
punches
game.
too, if you hit them in the nose a
Yup.
bunch of times, they'll start bleeding from the nose. If you hit them
Man.
under the eye, over the eye. So wherever you hit them at, that's where the cut gonna come at. It ain't like set
It's like
spot.
when you catch the dude's flush right up in the chin with a hook. His whole fucking cheeks and everything just like waffles upwards. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh.
What's called it?
You
It's like you
stand
hit him in the
up.
gut on the sides and shit. You see that shit ripple to the sides, man. Like, a hard, powerful blow. The physics in this game is no joke, man. I wonder what are they using? Havoc?
Right.
Wow, it all comes full circle.
Yeah, boy. I can see that.
That's just crazy shit, man. I mean, my excitement is through the roof, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's through the roof as far as what this game is right now currently and for what it may hold for the future. All right. Now, guys, what are your final thoughts on Fight Night before we get out of here, man?
Go pick
Or
it
is
up.
there anything else y'all want to bring to the table?
Go pick it up. I didn't want to spend $20. Let me call me out. 108 Dragon. Shout out to you, man.
Man, Dragon ran from him.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I'm
He
gonna
wasn't
catch
trying to
his
see
ass.
nothing.
Yeah, nah, he ain't want these issues. You know, I ain't gonna do no talking, but strictly with them hands. I'm gonna be side language. That's what I was gonna do on his ass.
Is that you gotta be yelling at it, yo, you swing too much.
Yo,
Hey, bam!
I'm straight talking with my hands, catching with the two piece, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Wow. All right, yo, guys, this was an incredible show.
Hey,
Then,
yeah.
so let's go with you, Chuck. Let everybody know where they can reach you at.
Man, you can find me right here on Saturdays doing our same thing, going extreme, extra, and going all the way out here. You know what I'm saying? And on Friday nights, you can find me on the GRG. You know what I'm saying? We all be cutting up on there too. You know, it's a little bit more silver, but you know what I'm saying? We be dropping some hot topics. You know what I'm saying? Drop some jewels to put in your chain. And on Wednesday nights, we got the Heroic Vibration podcast. We're going to go spoilerific again. Man, you know we love doing it. We're going to break down the whole Deadpool too. So everybody that's all my Deadpool fans, that's what we're gonna be breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be chopping it up to pieces. We're gonna get it out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, Triple Cup Chuck, Triple Cup, one word, then Chuck. 3 times I got to say it. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Now, your Flip Money, let people know where they can reach you at.
What's going on? This Flip Money. You can hit me on Xbox Live, holla at me on Twitter, no weirdos, and you can find me on the Direct X Show.
That's what's up, man. Your J-Long 908, let us know where they can reach you at.
JLong908, YouTube, Twitter. Whenever I feel like making a video, I'm gonna make one. And yeah, man, check me out here on the DirectX Show, intromedia.com as well. And yeah, bro, see you next week.
Word up, man. And shout outs to Hebot. He had to leave earlier. Don't know what may have happened, but yo, life happens, right? Either way, let's go with you 100. Let people know where they can reach you at.
I mean, they already know I'm a hitman. Everybody attacking me. So y'all know y'all can follow me on Twitter, Xbox, anybody, everything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know where y'all can find me. You know, Mr. Keep It a Buck. I don't give 2 fucks. You know what I'm saying? And you know, y'all keep it, you know what I'm saying? Keep it real in y'all life, man, and keep it gaming, man. Go play some video games. Stay your ass off this fucking interweb 24 hours a day. And don't play no
I know,
games.
man. Don't worry. Leave that fanboy shit at home, people. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I understand when you want to be critical about a certain thing and whatnot, but there's constructive criticism and there's just plain fanboyism. All right? So it's 2 different things, man. You give constructive feedback, they normally respond, man. You give fucking bullshit feedback, you know what I'm saying? They're going to fucking throw that shit in the trash, bro. They're going to listen to the constructive feedback. All right. So if you want the show to do certain things for next month or whatever, let them know. They're listening, people. Either way, that's my $2 worth. For me, y'all can reach me at DirectX Store on Twitter. On my YouTube channel at Collide Space Disco, and on Xbox Live, that's playing Kaleidoscope. All right. And this has been another this has been another Intro Media Gaming production, people. You could also catch me on the Heroic Vibrations podcast this Wednesday, as well as the GRG on Friday nights. And of course, every weekend, or hopefully mostly every weekend, you know what I'm saying, here on the Direct X show. But once again, life happens, people. You never know. Either way,
Hey,
we out this motherfucker.
yeah, last week was Mother's Day.